Fuck.
Wait, what?
And
Yeah.
that's how we start the show.
Woo!
Big old
Part
F-bomb to
two.
start the show. We're coming in hot, folks.
Can we all be seen now? Can we all be seen? That is the
How many
freaking
people
question.
do you see? Michael Bishop and Terry and Fender Guru and Matthew Stewart. I have no viewers. I have 2 viewers, it says. We have 2 viewers, and I see 3 people in the chat. And Terry says he sees 4 folks. Yay! I have no...
Hallelujah, man.
Sweet.
Thumbs up, kids.
Okay, we're up and running.
I just realized I should have done something in between restarts.
The gods must be crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a movie. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You know that movie, Bruce?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's
It's out there, isn't it, man?
Uh-oh. EJ must be having a good time because he says he sees 6.
nice.
Ruby
Nice.
Cooley's back. Frank Cochran. Cool 100, he says. And Jamal back.
I see stripes.
I
Welcome
see
back.
Blackie DH. Been a while, brother. We missed
Blackie,
you when I was in town.
Blackie, what up, brother?
Blackie's
Yeah,
here? What's going on, Blackie?
Are they still working to death, man?
I gotta get the chat up here, man.
Terry says Ben forgot to drain the vein between restarts. No. Now, are you happy, Andrew? You have everybody on screen. You're happy now? Just give me a hard time.
And
He's in New Zealand.
It's funny. I'll say to Bruce and I'll say to R2, bro on stuff, but when it comes to JJ or Andrew or something, it's always mate.
yeah, we were talking about that because it's you know, you grew up with it, so it's tighter in your head. It means the same thing, but has a more solid meaning depending on who's saying it.
Speaking of which, Dan
Sullivan's here.
buddy? Yeah, I was going to ask him if he wants to jump in. I see he's throwing some dice. Well, that's what I'm doing too, buddy.
Is Rich
Adam.
is good?
What's that?
Rich is good.
Yeah, Rich had to go meet up with his lady.
Okay, that's cool. I'm glad
It is all
did.
So the haircut was all about donation with Rich?
Part of that,
bit of
and he
both?
didn't want to spend another year surfing, pulling hair out of his mouth constantly.
All right, fair play. And what was he saying on Facebook or whatever? He's had his haircut 4 times in how long?
4 times since he was 18 or 19, and he's now he's going to be 33 in a couple of weeks.
That's madness. How funny.
Yeah. He's got those ringlets. He just keeps growing it, you know, and it doesn't look any longer, you know.
Like, just sucks up in there, man.
Yeah.
Funny. Yeah. Cool.
Dan Sullivan says he's drinking wine with my lady. She's a gambler too. I thought you didn't make it up. I thought she didn't make it up there, Dan. I'm curious. Oh, really? My life for a lighter. That's all I'm saying. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
There we go. Hello, everybody in the chat.
Yes, hello to everybody. She couldn't miss this.
Yes, welcome back, everybody. And
Yeah. Blackie DH, Fender Guru, Adam EVH. Hey, Adam. Zach Thong, Terry's G&G, Dan Sullivan, Mars Man. Yeah, rolling. Fender Guru, what's up? We're back.
Yeah, Jamal's in here.
Now you can
Everybody,
see me,
Frank
Jamal.
Corcoran, EJ's
back up and
guitars. Woo.
23. 9 thumbs up.
Michael
10
Nice.
thumbs up now.
Ruby
Nice,
Gould.
nice.
Nice, man. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for watching.
you said Jamal's back in here?
Jamal's back. I saw him back in there. He's ready for part 2. He saw part 1 with the Fender Stratocaster. Now it's going to get exciting.
Hey, Dan, send me your Gmail address and I'll send you the invite. And just while you're doing that, if you guys can take over the show for a minute, I shall be right back.
All right, man.
All right,
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
now the R2 hour again.
Yeah.
The R2 takeover.
Hey, is there anything you want to say to Ben's mum?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yes, Miss Coombs. I apologize from the bottom of my heart, sincerely.
Hey, aren't you meant to sing it? Aren't you meant to be singing that and playing the guitar?
I put away my guitar. I should have played my acoustic. Man.
How funny was that? How funny was that, man?
When the whole live stream started, I was at the end of the movie. My kids took me to go see a movie for Father's Day, and I'm hanging out in the movie theater. The credits are coming up. Everything's going fine. I'm walking towards the car. I'm looking at the chat. I'm like, hey, what's up? And then I put my phone down, and somebody grabbed my phone and give it back, and all of a sudden I hear Ben say, "You timed out my mom."
Who timed my mom? Timed out.
What? Is this a I'm like, no. I'm like, Bruce, help me out here, man. How do I reverse this? No, how did this happen? I was backpedaling. Everybody was mad at me in the car.
Sorry, man. I had your back.
Thanks, man.
You got a roasting, man. You got a roasting in the chat.
Man, I saw that, man. And my wife was driving because I had a few cocktails, and she... No excuse, man.
No.
I got nailed for that one. That was good, though. That was classic. Man, I'm still embarrassed by that. I think back about that.
It's history, man. It's going to be iconic. It's legend. I mean, come on. Only you can do that and get away with it.
Yeah, man. I was like, oh, man. His dad's on the show, too, and he was just like, she probably deserved it, too. Yeah, she probably said something. No, man.
I got to say, man, that was like the best show ever with his dad. I mean,
that was good. That was awesome, man. Yeah, I'm so glad I was able to see that.
I got emotional watching that. It was just, that was right on, man. And
he's got great
what an upbringing Ben had as well with music in his life like that. It was just mind-blowing.
That was a great show. And like you say, JJ, emotional. Richie watched it the next day, and he's messaging me like throughout. He's like, I'm literally crying at this, and then he's laughing at stuff. You know, it's just, it was a very emotional show.
Yeah, I'm ready to go again, man. Just talking about it, that was, my dad ain't around no more, but I had moments with my dad. But for you, Ben, to sit with your dad like that and have that awesome. Now, to have that recorded, and hopefully we have more of those shows with him. But that was just wow.
Welcome
back,
we
definitely have to have him on again for sure.
Awesome,
it meant a lot to me, and it just all of a sudden it was one of those putting two and two together. I was like, hey, we do a show on Sunday nights. It's Father's Day, so I'm thinking, why not? Let's get him on.
Yeah, it was good stuff, Ben. Good job.
Hey Ben, I look at it this way, man. I was kind of like your comedy relief with all the sentimental stuff going on and everybody
exactly.
choked up. And then I do
saw
that.
It happening, so you read the situation. Yeah, we know.
Oh, man. Good times, man. Good times.
Oh, yeah. And like I say, that'll live in channel history now, right? Hey, remember the time you timed out my mom?
Mm-hmm. I told him it's legend. It's legend. Right.
It's legend, bro.
Yeah.
Cheers.
I love it.
Sorry, Mrs. Coombs. On the replay and back.
It's funny because she asked me, she goes, people are subscribing me. What does that mean when they're subscribed to me? I said, well, that's like adding you as a friend on Facebook. I said, think of it, it's a term of endearment, like a sign of respect that people are subscribed to. She said, well, I don't put anything up, but if they want to be my friend on there, I guess that's okay.
That's cool. Yeah, right away I had to subscribe. I subscribed to her. I'm like, yes,
me too.
That's the least I can do.
Hey, does anyone want to see a hardtail?
Yes.
You want to see the new hardtail?
It's time to present Jaden James.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the new one, man. I don't know who's.
All right. Present.
Oh,
man, look at that.
Woo!
Yeah, this thing's pretty sick, man.
Oh, It looks
Hard
mint.
sell.
Is that
Look at
mint?
that thing.
It's
Brand
mint.
new?
Yeah.
JJ, you should see it back on the replay, bro. That looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, your camera's picking that up great.
I mean, but look at that. Look at how low that bridge sits.
That's what I was saying earlier about the PVs. I mean, there's.
Wow.
And that's sweet, dude.
Yeah. I don't know if the EVH Wolfgang's that, but it's low, man. I mean, you can.
That's low.
It's right there. Yeah. But this thing is. I don't know if
that
you
looks
can get the.
phenomenal. Look at the flame on that thing.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
So this,
that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Is Johnny still in here?
I know. Johnny, you still in here?
What do you mean? Did he come back in at all? Did he come back in the first place? I don't know.
Yeah, Johnny was here earlier, Chris.
Yeah, this thing is mental.
Listen to the sound of that, dude. Even acoustically, that thing rings out. Oh yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, she's yeah, and I stole these guitars, man. These were Guitar Center guitars. Well, this one is. I'll show you the other one in a minute. This one, there was the two. When I walked in that day, I walked in that day, man. They're hanging up, and the price was ridiculous. And so they would deposit down. And the other one, which Johnny called in the end, Johnny and Dave, ended up being an HP that they'd put the gang neck on. Because that one confused me. And I did post some pictures, and I know you showed it on the show. But this one, so this one blew my mind. So that was there. And then, of course, I go looking. I'm always looking on Guitar Center, like on the website. And the next one, man, this one's. Oh, man. This is the king.
That's beautiful.
That's beautiful. I mean, it's been played hard the last week or so, man. But this one,
yeah, right.
Now we talk magic guitars sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah.
Dude, look at that color.
Yeah.
Bam! With a Floyd Rose on there.
Yeah. Ooh. This one.
Yeah.
These are rare, so there's only. I guess there was only 93 of these ones ever made. Of the green. And this one trips me out.
Can I swear, man?
He's like, I feel the need to curse.
Look at that.
The trip on this one, they put when they did the cap on, the cap on it, they reversed them. So when you look at it, one side it looks flat, and then when you turn it the other way, it kind of you know what I mean?
That's awesome. Yeah.
They didn't book match them in a sense.
Yeah. They reversed it. It's really, but this thing, and I'll tell you a story about this one in a minute. But this one, the flame on this one,
Look at that thing.
It's insane.
Yeah.
They're the new ones.
Unbelievable.
So this one, I mean, these are so rare. I mean, Dave, look
at that. Look at that neck.
Yeah,
Wow, that thing they just resonate.
JJ, when you sent me that picture of that neck, man, wow. I'm speechless.
So I'll tell you this, these go for some money, right? So I get the purple one for cheap. And then I look on Guitar Center, and this one is up for like $1,500, reduced to $1,100, right?
What?
Yeah. And it's in like
sold.
No, check this out. It's in like this middle of nowhere place, like Maryland or somewhere. A Guitar Center in the middle of nowhere. I can't remember. Bridgeport somewhere. I can't remember. And I can't stop thinking about it. You've seen it, and I'm like, geez, it's a green one. I've just got the other one. The money down on that, and I call them the next day. I go on the website the next day to see if it's still available. Sometimes these things disappear, but this one had been reduced, so it had been there for a while. Right. For them to reduce them, it's normally been 3 months before they reduce the price at Guitar Center. So I'm like, why has this been sitting?
Nobody likes Eddie Van Halen out there.
For 3 months. Yeah, why has it been sitting there for 3 months? I'm like, it's trippy. So I go up on the next day, right, and it's up for $900.
What?
they've reduced it again.
Boom!
So I get on the phone.
What
I tell them, hold it, and I'm gonna, you know, work the deal at the Guitar Center here or whatever. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. And so I worked the deal, and they shipped it to me, got it 5 days later. But then what tripped me out was the pickup was different to what was in the picture. So it did have the original one in the picture. So I call him up, and I'm like, what's the deal with the pickup? And he put me onto their guitar tech, and he said that the bridge pickup wasn't working, so he swapped it out for a Monty pickup.
Oh, really?
Which don't even fit in here. So they'd kind of wedged it in there, and it sounded shrill and rasp like it was out of phase.
Right.
And so I worked a deal, and they gave me a $200 credit for another pickup.
Wow.
Sorry. And so
holy JJ, man. Come on.
I want to go to the
dude.
Guitar Center.
That's the deal. Yeah.
Wow.
And so I went and got a tone zone, put a tone zone in it, and the thing sounds almighty.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So
Right
that's the
on,
new ones.
JJ.
Yeah.
Right on.
This thing plays like a dream. The
Congrats,
necks on the
brother.
PVs, they're a little fatter than the Wolfgangs, the EVH.
Right.
You know, I don't have an EVH. You know, I did have a Japan one. I had a black Japanese one with the stainless frets. But these, dude, this is, you know, I've got the Les Pauls, and this thing is meaty, and the sound, the tone, dude. I love the PVs.
Nice.
Any of you guys find these? But yeah, green, dude.
That's why I'm thinking of getting an HP2, man. I'm really, man.
You could get an HP2, but why not used original? I mean, they're all over. You've got to get the deals, man. You know, they're out there still. Yeah, this thing's sick.
Oh, that thing's beautiful, JJ. Beautiful. I've been waiting for this day to see that thing.
Yeah, man, I'm in love with this thing. This thing is just. Bridge is a bit beat. I mean, I cleaned it up. It didn't look like this.
I mean, somebody should message Johnny J. Nesdal, Steve Andersen here, because they'll flip when they see this, man.
I put it on EVH. I put it on the Facebook picture. But yeah, this thing is sick. Yeah, I love it. So yeah, recommend these guitars. Gotta find one of these, man. Recommend them.
Yeah, groovy goalie swing. Plug it in.
Sorry. Mayhem says, R2, what about the 2018 Les Paul Custom Access Stop Bar? If you're going to buy an Access, you get the Access with a Floyd. You don't get an Access with a Stop
Yeah,
Bar.
I think that's what I was just going to say. That Access, first thing I think of is Floyd Rose, kind of.
Yeah.
Floyd Rose style.
Yeah. And a piezo in it.
Fender Guru, Andrew says, JJ sparked that guitar up, man. Hey, you know what I like about it, too? It matches your hat.
Hey, well, this was for Canada Day. I thought I met a guy Carbo months ago, and he goes, July the 1st is the day in Canada. But Ben told me otherwise.
It was supposed to be, but
That's why it's all
passed.
about green today, man.
Yeah, it got passed, but it takes 4 months to put it all into implementation and get it all the storefronts and all the regulations in place.
So everyone's holding back right now.
Hey, JJ, I like your shirt, and I'm also wearing the same shirt here. This goes out to Adam and Jim Guidry.
I almost wore mine, man. I really did. That's hilarious.
Oh, come on, man. Thumbs up.
Yeah,
It's all
PB
good.
Wolfgangs, man. Sick.
That's an awesome. Both your guitars are badass, man. Sorry, Ben.
Let's see here. Blackie says, "Hey Ben, I think I may have played that Kramer you bought. Local shop. He was a vendor. They had a flea market tent, and vendor. I don't know where he was out of. He had a southern accent, I thought, but then again, I think everybody has a southern accent at times. I wasn't exactly sober by the time I bought the guitar, so Bruce can attest to that. I'm not going to go into details, but yeah. I was definitely not sober when I bought it.
Yeah.
I was eating all kinds of cool stuff that day.
Good comment, man.
Adam EVH says, nice shirt, boys. Thanks for the support, fellas.
Absolutely.
Hey, I got a question.
Sure.
What do you guys reckon on like bands that obviously, you know, when people pass, God bless them.
Mm-hmm.
And like the new vocalist comes in, because the vocalist is the front, you know, that's the song
Sure.
right there, isn't it? You know, and they are in the same vein as the original singer. So like Alice in Chains, for example.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. What do you guys think about that? Rather than bands just getting someone
Rather
and
than just folding.
like, you know, like the Stones, well, not folding, just get another singer, dude, and just make it happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, like get a clone or go a different direction.
Well, that's
kind
the
of
thing, the
right?
clone.
Yeah.
I mean, why the clone? That's what my question on the clone. Like Stone Temple Pilots as well. You know, I watched the show the other day, and it's like, well, it's like you're hallucinating, man, because it's like Scott reincarnate. You know what I mean? And I don't get it.
Yeah.
You know,
JJ, it's funny you mentioned that because on Johnny Beane's show when he had David Allen Wright, he mentioned about that. About
Oh,
what
really?
what would you think if right after David Lee Roth, somebody that sounded like David Lee Roth came in, besides Sammy Hagar, came in to take over?
Right.
Would
Right.
that new singer be criticized for sounding the same, but see how Sammy brought it on to a new level?
Well,
So,
Mhm.
and it's almost like Bon Scott going to, what's his name from AC/DC?
Yeah, Brian Johnson.
Brian Johnson. Yeah,
Well, they were completely different animals.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so is David Lee Roth and Sammy Hagar. So when you get
separate camps, man, that created separate camps, didn't it, from fans and everything like that.
so with the
it's-
Alice in Chains, I'm so used to hearing Lane Staley, and Jerry Cantrell.
Right.
If you get somebody that sounds too much like Lane Staley, that's when I'm.
Right, so what's the deal then with, like, let's say Alice in Chains, that singer, I don't know his name, and he sounds killer. But when he really sings, did he look like sing one day and everyone's like, damn, you sound like Lane Staley, or is he making that happen? Is that his real voice?
Yeah, is that not really his real singing voice?
Like get out and belt it out. I mean, does he have a complete, and he's making, remember when everyone tried to sing that way, like Eddie Vedder and all those guys, they all put that
Oh yeah,
tone
they
on.
all did it. Yeah.
Like everyone was freaking doing it. So is he doing that for the whole show and the albums and everything? I mean,
That's the thing, yeah.
Why not sing in your voice? That I don't think that's his voice. And I love the band, man. That's
What about hey JJ? I don't know if you were into Judas Priest, and then when Judas Priest obtained Ripper Owens, I don't know if you're familiar with Ripper Owens.
no, I wasn't
Right.
familiar with that.
Well, that's the thing that where Ripper Owens, that he tried to do the same thing as Rob Halford, but he put his little different twist on it. So I kind of like that. I like that there was a little bit of that person put their stamp, their signature stamp, to make them sound different. And even when Sammy sang David Lee Roth songs, he was singing the old songs, but it was Sammy style. So I don't know. I mean, I know what you're saying. Does that guy usually sound like that? I don't know. You have to ask Jerry Cantrell. He's probably the one that probably said he wanted somebody similar to that, or
Well,
he wanted somebody.
that's the choice they made. I mean, he nails it, dude. I mean, he totally
Oh,
nails it.
no, I know what you're talking about. I just don't remember his name. He does a really good job.
Yeah, but it's like when who was it after Rage Against the Machine with Chris Cornell?
Audio
What were they
Slave.
called? Yeah, Audio Slave.
Audio
I mean, that
Slave,
was
yeah.
that was pretty much the Rage Against the Machine backline.
Right, the whole band with Chris Cornell, Soundgarden. Yeah,
How amazing was that? The
That
first
that was
album.
phenomenal.
And it was not Rage Against the Machine, was it? It was a whole different animal.
Well, that's the thing, and I accepted that. There was a lot of people that were really into Rage Against the Machine that they were almost offended. They were almost like, no.
Yeah.
I had friends that just because I told them the Audio Slave was awesome, they almost didn't want to be friends with me because they were Rage Against the Machine, and I'm looking at them like, guys, calm down, man. Relax. This isn't a battle. But I kind of understand. There's some people that are diehard to their genre. It's weird. But that's a good point you made there, JJ.
I can understand.
One.
I've been thinking about it because I watched, I've always watching the Alice in Chains shows. Then the Stone Temple Pilots one the other day because they got that new guy, and I mean even his moves and his dancing and everything. It's
right.
I'm like, what?
Wait, he's dancing?
He dances like Scott, the same moves, and it's.
Oh, I don't know. I've never seen him on stage, so I can't see.
He's amazing, great singer, young dude, and
here's a point for that. Then when they do that, when they get somebody that sounds just like the previous singer, that person is able. They go in concert to sing all those past songs and sound more like it.
Maybe they're into it, man. Maybe they got the vibe going through them.
Yeah, reproducing the era. They're reproducing the era, aren't they? Identically.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it also depends too. Like, are you going out as a nostalgia act, or are you releasing new material?
Right.
If you're releasing new material, get a whole new singer. But if you're doing the nostalgia act, that guy better be a complete clone.
Yeah.
In the vein of
mind
Kiss.
the combo deal actually.
Kiss isn't Kiss, but they played the part.
Hey, real quick, guys. Shane in the Blues is here. What's up, man?
Thanks
for joining on.
Hell yeah.
Welcome, Shane. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, talking of hell yeah,
so,
Vinny's service was today, wasn't it? Vinny Abbott's service for Pantera. So God bless Vinny. God bless Diamond. Everyone we lost. What's that?
Absolutely, man.
The tribute at Earfest that Nita Strauss put on with
Wow.
Yeah, that was good.
Nita Strauss played?
I believe, did I say ZD351's in the chat as well, tuning in from Australia?
Hey, Bruce, can I ask you something real quick?
Yeah.
When Nita Strauss was there, was Ben there?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if we want to talk about that on the air. Don't we have a contest to do a drawing on?
I have been sworn to secrecy.
Wait, I don't know nothing, man. Nothing was been. Hey, all right. Well, I just keep quiet.
What happens in Fort Wayne?
Nothing wrong with Nita Strauss, man. Nothing wrong.
No, there is absolutely nothing wrong with Nita Strauss. And even less wrong that I found out she's 31 and not 24, like I thought she was.
That's pretty good.
Yes. Let's see. Jamal says, unfortunately, some groups tried to prolong their career with a singer that's a clone. Remember, the Doors did that for a bit with the Cult singer. Yeah,
hey,
you get these mashups.
You get anything from Dan Sullivan?
Yeah, he's having some mic issues. He jumped in a couple of times here, but we're going to try it another time. Dan, there's Dan in the chat. Good. Just want to let him know that we'll try doing a test together sometime off air. We'll get you all sussed out so we can have you on again. So, and he says,
crazy. Nothing was working, and now everything's working. That's so nuts.
He says he broke a string on the Les Paul 3 songs in. Oh, that sucks, buddy. Take a
JJ,
little.
What are you playing over there, man? What is that? A PRS?
Yeah, I've had this one. This is for you, Shane. I know Shane likes a PRS.
Come on, you didn't show that last time. What you're pulling stuff out of the hat here.
R2, we haven't seen a fraction of his collection.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben. Yeah, when you guys show up here, man, it's just going to be you might not need to go to. Might not need to go to NAMM.
God knows I probably won't sleep. Ready to go to NAMM. Yeah, what'd you guys do last night? Oh, we jammed. Oh yeah, for how long?
I missed the show. We're at JJ's.
But we're definitely going straight to in and out. Depending what time your flight is, straight to in and out, dude, for sure.
Oh hell yeah, yeah. There's an In-N-Out burger, guys. If you don't know, just a couple minutes from JJ's house.
Man.
Yeah.
It takes 30 minutes to get it. I mean, the line's just there, right in the road, down the middle of the road. No one cares. But
I'll just get out of the car and walk up. I don't care.
Man, JJ, I shake my head. not a disappointment, but just to know that I am not the only gearhead here, man. Oh my goodness. If you want to call it crazy, fine. At least I found another crazy guy.
They might show up any second, just strap me in a white jacket and wheel me out of here, man. Well, telling you, I'm lost with this stuff. Music is my complete. It's me, man. I'm all about music, man. And
well, you did it all, man. I'm looking at your guitars and amps. I went through a phase where I started buying amplifiers like crazy. I got heads and rack gear and amplifiers and amps. Yeah. And my wife would get mad at me because she would say, "Why are you buying all these amps? The amps don't mean nothing." I mean, if I'm gone, she doesn't know what to do with these amps. So she's into guitars. So if there's guitars around, she feels like they're more valuable than amps. She feels that amps are just electronical devices that just get out. They're outdated after a while and don't mean anything. She doesn't realize that I had these Mesa Boogies, these PVs, these Marshalls, these amps that I love so much that I can find nobody that understands my passion until I found you guys. Thank you.
That is it.
Speaking of which, we really should announce the winner, R2.
Yeah.
2 hours in, I'm just saying.
And my kids already picked the number. They're already over here on the side.
Okay.
They already picked the winner.
What's the winning number?
All right. You want me to tell the number? Can I tell the people what they're going to win?
Yes, please.
Please do.
Okay. Everybody out there. Did you put your vote, whatever, ballot?
Your ballot.
You're gonna get this thing right here. It's going to come all with the original packaging.
Here's the box. I'm going to present you for a sec here.
Here's the box.
There we go. All right.
An official Dunlop.
So the question is...
Crybaby from Hell. Camouflage.
Yes.
Skateboard tread. Grip, so your foot doesn't slide off when you're
grip tape.
No, the
Dimebag was into skateboarding, so he wanted the skateboard grip on there.
It's called grip tape.
And your foot would not slide off of here when you're.
Don't make me come over here too.
Hang on.
Oh, I got 7 wah-wah pedals. Sorry, the genie comes out.
The actual advertising was that the reason he put skateboard grip tape on it is because you're playing on stage and you're drinking beer on stage, and if you spill an effing beer on your pedal, you don't want your effing foot slipping all over the effing pedal. So
exactly. So if I do this, oops, no, just kidding. So yes, here it is. This little button right here, people don't know, it's a little volume boost. In and out. It also has LED lights that tells you when the foot switch is engaged and when the volume boost is on and off. 6 control Q knob. 3 adjustments.
Where'd you put the Crown Royal shot?
Right on the top here, so when you go down in the heel position, it goes right in the mouth. So there you go, guys. You get a wah-wah pedal, Dimebag style.
Very generous start to.
You will get the instruction manual. And you do need the instruction manual because there's another unique thing about this wah-wah pedal. There's an input here on one side, the right side of the foot pedal, and with the adapter switch in there. But in case Dimebag wanted this thing where sometimes you don't want the input to go in here, you want it to go input, output.
Right.
So he made it so that inside you take this cover off and you can do a little switch. But read the manual, it'll tell you what to do and how to do it, the inputs and outputs and so forth. And you also will get a Planet Wave sticker. I'll throw in there.
Oh, wait, there's more.
There's more. You get Hetfield Black Fan pickups.
Yeah, sweet.
I'll throw some picks in there. And the Steve Andersen recommended eye hooks in case
Number 6.
you want to throw that in your Wolfgang or any guitar there, and you buy your own hooks with that.
Nice.
So you're getting a triple whammy here. You're getting the Van Halen, James Hetfield,
Yeah, Metallica.
and the dime pedal.
Pantera.
Nice.
And the winner is, hold on one second, I'm going to put the mute here.
Marsman, what? No candy? This ain't Sweetwater. He might get a bottle of e-juice.
And the winner is, drum roll. Absolute Mayhem's got it. Number 12.
Number 12. Dry Heat 480 just won himself a dime bag law.
Yeah.
Yeah, dime bag law for Dry Heat 480.
Good job, Dre.
Congratulations,
Congrats,
man.
Dry Heat.
Did Dry Heat make it into part 2 here? Because I
That's
know
killer.
he was in earlier.
He's in here.
But, yeah.
Yeah, Dry
He's in
Heat.
here.
Dry Heat. Good job, bro.
I'm terrorist, dude.
It's going to melt by the time it gets to Arizona, but all right.
So,
All
Dry
right,
Heat,
cool.
I do on social media, but if you're listening, watching, email me at the email address down below of canuckswithguitars@gmail.com with your nation, and I will forward it off to Mr. R2, and then
That's
we
pretty
will
cool, man.
get it arranged.
Dry Heat's from Chicago, so nice.
Yeah,
Not that
that's kind of cool.
that doesn't change anything. It's just
We need Jay's round of applause button. Awesome.
Yes, congrats, Dry Heat. And stay
Man.
tuned, folks. We will have another contest we'll be announcing soon. Oh, there he is. And I'm going to allow this comment. Oh, somebody already did. There we go.
what you got?
Dry Heat cursed, but we allow it.
Wait, Dry Heat
There we go.
cursed?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right on, Dry Heat.
Yeah.
You're allowed,
that's a
dude.
good-
You get the
Dan
free
Sullivan
tickets.
has- I don't know if you guys saw.
You get one
last night,
F-bomb. This is the ticket. This is the one ticket for F-bomb right here.
There we go. Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw Dave Byron was live down at the was it the Blue Monkey in Naples, and he was doing his signature flipping the guitar over the shoulder trick.
Yeah, man, I
And the
missed
Strat
that.
came off. The Strat came off midway, and
No!
it just came off at the right time. He caught the guitar an inch from the floor, and yeah, it pulled the whole screw out of the bottom.
Yeah, it pulled it right out.
What a
I
ninja.
saw that.
Yeah, if that had broken and you know, like a fraction of a second before or after, it could have went flying off behind him. It could have went straight into the floor. It could have went flying out in front of him, but it broke at the perfect time.
Man,
And he
I forgot
caught
to
it.
watch the replay on that. I remember you mentioned that, Ben, in the comment, and I'm like,
yeah,
wait,
because later
what?
Joe Wentz was watching. I'm like, Joe, you missed something. Oh,
And
'Cause
see,
I was
that
just
was
like,
around the same
oh,
time
wow.
you and Dan Sullivan were talking, and I missed some of this stuff. I'm like, what is going on here?
yeah.
Yeah, I got on later on in the show, and I was watching like the last. It was funny because my friend Joe was around, and we played No Quarter. We were like jamming No Quarter.
Oh, nice. Love it. Love that song.
Nice,
Yeah,
dude. You
I
should
don't-
have recorded that.
No, what was the trip though? Like 3 minutes later, Dave starts playing No Quarter because we had him on in the background, and
Right.
and Joe's all like, you already? I'm like, I swear to God, I didn't. And I haven't played no chord in 20 years. And then Dave goes, and so I'm telling my buddy Joe. I'm telling my buddy Joe all about Dave because I keep telling him he's not. Joe's not a big YouTuber. I'm like, you got to watch this guy. He does what you do because Joe does a similar thing. Covers and loops and all this. And I said, and he flings his guitar. I said, keep watching. He's going to fling his guitar and spin it around his neck, but he never did. That explains why.
I think he stopped after a while.
And I'm like, you wait, man. He's going to spin it around his neck. Yeah, right. When he was doing Hendrix at the end, I'm like, this is when he's going to do it. And it never happened. I'm like, oh, that's a trick.
Yeah, that was all. Hey, Ben, was that the Ibanez? That Ibanez one that he found in the dumpster?
The blue Ibanez, yeah. I noticed Dave only flips the blue Ibanez. He never flips the new one.
Not the other ones, yeah.
I don't blame him.
That's what came loose.
Yeah, the whole screw came
I remember one time on Adam EVH. Adam EVH, after watching Dave Byron, he said he was going to grab his Music Man and start twirling around. And I said, no, man. Not with that guitar, dude. Grab another guitar. Don't do it off of your Music Man. That thing is beautiful.
And you have to commit to it. If you don't do it, if you don't fling it hard enough, you're going to just whack yourself in the head.
No, I got Yngwie Malmsteen straps on some of my guitars, and I don't even do that, man. I have a wireless, and I may have
tried it on occasion with my Strat back in the day.
I know, Jay always mentions it on the Johnny show about that the thing on YouTube where the guys are doing it, the fails.
Oh yeah.
The best my favorites when it hits the singer in the back of the head.
Yeah. No, it wasn't the one. It was a group of kids, and they're outside, like playing on the flatbed trailer, and the kid flings it, and it clears the whole back line, like it has left the building.
Hey Ben, JJ, my lead singer from my band, we used to call him Cousin It. You guys remember Cousin It? My singer. My singer would purposely flip his hair forward, and when he would sing, all you see is the microphone between the hair. His hair would go down to his knees. I am not joking.
Swedish freaking death metal.
Oh my goodness! So my singer would do that, and he would twirl his head. He would headbang and swing it, and it would get stuck on the headstock on my guitar, and not realizing. With my 91 Jackson Rhodes, I would turn and pull it, and I would feel this tug. And next thing I know, I would see hair on the edge of my Jackson headstock. And he would sit there and grab his head and still singing, and he'd look at me and flip me off and go, ah! And I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry, man.
That visual's great.
Yeah. Hey Ben,
sorry Ben, can you blur that out?
Hey Ben, have you ever fallen off the stage?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Well, and the worst part was it was side stage. I didn't even fall off the front of the stage. I fell off the side of the stage. And fortunately, it was one of the shorter stages I played on. Because I played on some 8-foot high stages. Man, you fall off that, you're not getting back up.
No, you ain't.
What the heck?
Well,
man!
Playing on a stage where they've totally gone overboard on the stage lighting, where you can't even see the front of the stage.
Yeah.
You just have to assume where the front of the stage is because you're like, I've done that, and I've looked down, and I'm like, oh crap! There's a monitor behind me. So where am I?
Ben, I used to get shin bruises on my shin because I forget that the monitor was right there, and it gets so dark, and I walk forward, and the monitor would go boom right in my shin, and I'd be in the middle of a solo, and I'm like, ugh, yeah, and people would think that I was like making the face of like, yeah, but I was in pain, man. Yeah, good times, man. Those are good war stories.
I had one like a 4-foot stage, and it was an afternoon show. It was a bunch of kids. It was a community center years ago. And it was like a water spillage. And I did the full loop-de-loop straight off the stage, man. I mean, just wham. Yeah, that was the only time I fell off. But that was straight out front in front of everyone. Full back somersault straight on the back. Didn't feel a thing. Straight back up.
Yeah, I remember we used to have. We did a setup because a lot of places we played didn't have actual stages, so we'd bring risers to stand on, as well as we'd have our subwoofers, you know, that were about 3 feet tall, and we'd be standing up on top of them while playing. And I got the bright idea one night to run up, jump on our 18-inch riser up onto the 3-foot sub, and then do a big jump off the top. Like, I wasn't thinking I was going to do a scissor kick like Eddie, but I thought this would be a brilliant idea to do in the middle of a set while playing, because I had a wireless pack. The problem was the place we were playing was an old, basically an old hardware store. So it's a concrete floor with commercial carpeting only. And all of a sudden I jumped up and I realized I was a good 5 feet vertical. And I'm coming down and I'm thinking, how much is this going to hurt? Don't roll an ankle. And I remember landing and just the shin splints, you know. And then all of a sudden you're like, you can't stop playing. So it's just you're trying to walk it off. So you'd see me, I jump off and I just slowly walk around the side of the stage, back around behind the PA, slowly make my way back to my spot and just grimacing the whole way back. Yeah.
Trying to keep a straight face.
Yeah. Well, that was a great thing with the wireless pack. I used to, quite often, I would be playing during a song, and I'd walk out the front door of the place, and then I'd come in the back door, all during the song. But the problem was, as soon as you got outside the venue, you couldn't hear the song anymore, so you just had to kind of play along and hope you remembered the changes. And that was kind of my gimmick. And every 5th time I would do it, the band would just stop playing partway through the song. Because they're like, watch this, guys, because I can't hear them. And they just stop playing. And here I am just rocking out at stage volume, just me. And I come through the door like I'm going to be some cool guy. And I look and the entire bar is watching you because you're the only one playing at full stage volume.
Oh, man. You're right.
I miss some of those days with those bands. So they were fun guys to play with.
Are you going to form a new metal band now you got the Kramer?
Yeah. Apparently,
he's going to be the next Satchel.
I mean, you're definitely riffing out on it, Ben.
Oh yeah, I haven't been able to put it down. No, apparently during Johnny's Late Show, somebody came up with the idea I could do a Van Halen tribute. We'll call it Vape Halen.
Yeah. I remember that.
So I don't know. Yeah, it was either Jay or Steve came up with that, and I thought that was kind of funny. So, and I just want to say,
Caleb thought you were already doing it.
Good night, Adam.
I know. He's
Have
like,
a good night, Adam. ABH.
He's like, are you serious?
No, Adam.
Adam's headed out, and Dan Sullivan left.
Cheers,
Dan
bro.
Sullivan's changing the strings on his Les Paul, and he said he'd check the replay. So, yeah. We used to do a lot of running around when I played with One Day to Live. We played every show like it was an arena show. I was wireless. I'd wear the knee braces under the jeans, type thing to try to act like a crazy 20-year-old on stage, on and off. So, oh yeah, a lot of posing it up. There we go. Mark Taylor said he'll join me in that project, Vape Halen. That's right, because Mark's a fellow vapor.
Hey, so Ben, that's not a floating trem on that Kramer, is it? That's just
No, I was shocked. It's decked. I love it. I didn't know Kramers did that back in the day.
Yeah, a lot of those guitars back then, the Charbels, the Kramers, the early ones, they were decked on the body. It wasn't until you start seeing the Steve Vai.
Right.
Well, he's the one. Yeah, he's
Gem.
I mean,
he's the one that started doing the.
He did it.
Does the recess. What Dimebag used to do, he didn't recess. The Floyd roll set up high enough, and it was kind of like a floating strat tremolo where he was able to pull up, and you can tell on his lightning bolt one.
He probably had
the lightning bolt one. You can see where it dug in. You can actually see where he would pull up so much it would sink into the wood. He has the marks on there. So, yeah.
He'd have pretty high action as well, so he could get it back there.
You can get it back there, yeah.
Yeah.
And we got little David Ennis is headed out for the night. So good night, buddy.
Good night, David Ennis.
Peace out,
Peace,
David.
brother. Yeah, but
Awesome.
for Ben, for you, that's perfect. For someone who's not familiar with the Floyd
and
Rose
I just-
floating system,
I just
that
physically
you
can't
need
play a
that.
floating-
You
I
need
can't
that.
play. I palm mute too
Because
much,
if you
right?
had that floating, it's a balancing act. I'm telling you. If you're not used to it, I do them pretty quick. I think I did it on the day before Father's Day. I changed 3 guitars with Floyd Roses on them, and I had them set up. I just knew what to do with them as far as adjusting them and setting them up. And once you get them going and they're level, and you dive and you pull back, and you know when it goes back to the same pitch, you're good. You're solid.
Yeah.
But if you're not
Yeah,
familiar
well,
with it, it's
I
an
remember.
intonation hell, man. If you don't know what you're doing, if what's going on, and I'm not trying to say that you don't know what you're doing, but if you're not familiar with Floyd Rose, that's where people
Exactly.
just go, I hate these things, forget these things, and
Well, that was the thing, like,
I get
I
it.
played Mayhem. Yeah, I played
get it,
Mayhem's Ibanez that he got from me after he had his guy set it up. And I was like, holy crap, it's like a completely different guitar. So when I got this
And
one,
you got-
I said to him, like, let me know the number for your guy because I want him to set it up. And he's like, okay. And then he told me he's really backed up. You got to get it in right now type thing if you want it back anytime soon. And I was like, the more I played it, I was like, no, this is set up nice. And speaking of which, it came up much earlier. Blackie DH asked if that was from a local guy, a local pawn shop. Apparently it was, in fact. Blackie says he's actually played this guitar before because he went into the pawn shop yesterday and he said the guitar was gone and the guy said he sold it to some Canadians.
There you go, bro. There you go. Then the guy set it up real nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, Ben, that Fender Strat, I mean, it was set up perfectly when I picked it up. It had new strings on it and everything, but I put my Diodario XL strings on there, and I noticed that it changed things a little bit. It was a little bit off. Right. So I started adjusting it, doing all my things I normally do to it. I had a harder time setting up that Strat Floyd, or that bridge, than my Floyd Rose. It was the complete opposite. I was sitting there going, I can sit there and set up a Floyd Rose in seconds. And this thing was taking me, like, it felt like days, where I would go back to it and I'm like, it's off. I turn the screws,
What was it?
adjust the saddles.
Tension or just the action height? Trying to get it set up with the right action.
The action height, I think it was because of the radius, the way the saddles were sitting. I think they were kind of off, and I was doing an intonation, and I noticed that I was having problems with my low E, and I just kept on, and it would be in tune. I hit a G string, or G chord. I'm sorry, I hit the low G, and it would be off, and I'm like, what? And I would sit there and do it, and I go, wait a minute, I can sit there with Floyd Roses and do them like that. This one, I finally got it down. I mean, it's good, but I totally forgot how you can set up the different angles and on the saddles, on the screws, on the Strat, where the Floyd Rose has got the 2 posts, and you just kind of go in it with the radius. I don't know. I think maybe it was. It was just getting used to that 9 and what is that? 9 and
one string at a time. Change one
Frank
at a time. Perfect every time.
Yeah.
I never had.
And Frank C's 30 comes early, so he's headed out. So we just want to say thanks for tuning in to Frank C.
Good job,
Frank C.
Hey, R2. I mean,
yes.
How hard is it for Fender to get one of those little tools for the angle of the radius to set the saddles perfectly? They spend all those hours building that guitar, and the last little thing we got to spend an extra couple of minutes on is the setup to make those little pieces. Why wouldn't it come like that? I mean, these guys need to really figure it out, the manufacturers, because it's not
that's
that
the
much
thing.
more time.
And that's where I think that the old school's bridge system is. That's why it is. It's the way it is.
Well,
it's amazing
you got there
how
and
people
set it up.
Yeah, it's all set up, and it was just weird because maybe when I changed, it was a change of string tension. because I noticed that when I put my strings on it, the bridge started floating up higher. And I went, whoa. And they were the same gauge.
Same gauge? That's odd.
It was, I think
That's
so.
weird.
If Fender USA made come with her Fender strings, and they were the same gauges from left to right, I put the XLs on, and I noticed the bridge came up. So I go, wait a minute. And I'm tuning it to the same notes, same pitch.
But it's the
And
same gauge.
so I adjusted it, and then all of a sudden I noticed that only with my E string, I started turning the screws. Everything was intonated just perfect. And then the low E, I sat there and I go, what the heck? So I was just adjusting the saddles individually by height, and I noticed that, yeah, it had to have the same radius. Where I guess where all the guitars that I have, the Floyd Rose, I don't know, man. It's
You don't
the
deal
Floyd
with
Rose. I guess with you kind of do, Ben. If you notice that when you tune your guitars, you'll notice your fine tuners are never equal.
Right.
They'll sometimes have this almost the same arch as your radius of your guitar.
Right.
So even though what I try to do with all my Floyd Rose is I put them in the halfway mark and the fine tuners.
Right.
And then I tune everything. And then when I lock the strings up and tune them, I always notice that sometimes the fine tuners have that arch. This almost the same angle as your.
Hey, and I was smart.
So you are. If you won't notice it, but your saddles are adjusting to the radius of your guitar. So you might have some down lower, some up higher, and then down lower again. And that's what your saddles and the standard are doing.
So I had to change the tuning of the Kramer from standard down, to E flat. Okay. So no problem with intonation or anything like that. But what I did do was, because I was using a snark tuner, was I tuned it one tick below pitch of what I wanted, because I knew when I clamped down the nut, it was going to put the string sharp.
Yeah.
And it put it to perfect.
That's what I do with my with the snark.
See,
you're talking about this thing.
Tips.
You're talking about this thing right here, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I mean,
one tick below
this thing,
and it worked perfect.
A semitone, you generally won't mess with the springs and the spring texture.
Yeah, who doesn't have a snark, right?
Who doesn't have a snark, right? I have a Boss tuner, I have a chord tuner, but these things come in handy, man. These are nice.
Oh, yeah. I keep one here on the bench, and I keep one at work.
The one thing is the batteries will last for years in this thing, in the Korg.
Yeah, the Korg.
They last 5 minutes in the snarks.
Well, especially when you leave them on all the time, right?
I've never had luck
with the batteries. I used to do that. I used to
off. They're like, what again? They just dim. They just get real dim.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to do that all the time. I'd use a snark to tune up on stage, and then I'd be like halfway through the set and notice it's still on. I'm like, oh, crap. I got to remember to turn that off between songs. The next thing you know, the set's over. You're like, oh, yeah, tuner's still on.
If I want to just want to say something here to Zach Thong in the chat here. R2 R3 last month I put on my guitars the Diodora NYXL for the first time on my strings. Love them. I did the same thing too. I put them on my Charbel when I put that 84 Floyd Rose, and they're good strings, and it's preference. I understand why people like them. I can see they're durable. They sounded too metallic to me. They were too bright.
Right.
For me.
But did you like that change initially when you first heard them? Were you like, man, that's pretty insane?
It was loud. It was boom. It kind of reminded me of, I'm sure people remember this, if they still have them, Dean Markley Blue Steels.
Oh, yeah.
Right, yeah. They're actually pretty cool.
I remember when I put Blue Steels on my guitar one time just to try them out, and I went, whoa. They had a unique sound, and I'm sure some people still use them.
A sticker in the thing, too, when you bought them.
Yeah. For me, the NYXLs, I tried them. They sounded a little better, in my opinion, but for me in Canada, they're 30% more in price.
Yeah,
and I couldn't warrant a 30%.
And the only reason why I had them is I got them for free, so I couldn't complain. I always use Diodarios. I'm a stickler to my strings, and I've tried other ones, and I know people say they're the same, but I just noticed that even with when the Fender ones, and I put my the XLs, the Diodarios, I felt comfortable. I felt at home again. It's just weird.
Jamal asks what type of strings that we all use. So there we are.
There you go. I use the Diodario XLs, 0.9s or 0.10s, depending on what I'm tuned to. 0.9s if I'm tuned E. If I'm E flat, 0.10s. If I'm tuned to standard, it's 0.9s.
All right, and you use standard 9s, like a 9 through 42, as opposed to a 9 through 46?
Yeah, 46.
Okay. 9 through 46, and then probably a 10 through 46 for down a half step.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, 9 through 46 is the hybrid.
Yeah, yeah. And what about you, JJ? What do you use?
Man, I've been round and round. I've been Ernie Ball forever since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And then it was whatever was cheapest, and then it was the experimentation with the strings, and you really do notice the difference in your tone. But when it gets down to strings, it's like, man, you start tone chasing with strings, you're gone at that point, you know. And there's some insane strings out there. I like the NYXLs, but I was like you are too. I used them, and then I got over them. And I'm right back at Ernie Ball, just the standards.
Ernie Balls, yeah.
And 9 to 42 on some guitars, 10 to 46 on some, and then the 10 to 52 skinny bottom heavy tops. And then if I'm drop C, then 11 to
11s.
54.
Yeah, I was in a band that played to drop C, and I had to go to 11s. And,
11 to 54, and then you've got you know, for lead it's still a little pushy, but for rhythm, man, because your tone, it's not the feel, just the feel, but the tone with the string difference.
It's the tone of the string. Yeah, it comes out on your amp.
It really
absolutely.
Cheddar Kung Pao.
Fatter and heavier and heavier and fatter and fatter.
Cheddar Kung Pao with the 2 Paul Reed Smiths.
Cheddar Kung Pao. Good to see you.
Cheddar had a great hangout earlier today. It was cool stuff. A lot of bass talk.
Excuse me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay.
What do you use, Bruce?
It's kind of funny. On my Les Paul, I'm locked in the DR Blues 10s, standard 10s. I just love the way they sound on that, so that's what I use on them. Everything else, though, seems so far, every other guitar I have, standard 9s. And I'm still skipping around. There are certain ones I like, and I'll go back to every once in a while, but I'm still skipping around, trying different ones. So any suggestions, I could go and pick them up at some point when I need them, and I'll test them out. Yep. I still haven't found like my golden strings for the, you know, for like my Strat or the Telly.
Right.
Do you might have some suggestions for trying on the Telly, maybe, you know, because
I do. I use a variety of strings as well. I used to use a 9 through 42 because that's what my dad used. Then I met Richard Shanahan, and I went to Ernie Ball 11 through 48s.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Well, I guess that's your standard incrementation, you know, along the lines of your 9 through 42, 10 through 46, 11 through 48. The purple packs, I guess.
And what tuning was that with the 11s?
That's what I was going to
Standard.
Just standard.
I mean, that's like serious finger work, Ben, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Well, and because I didn't realize Rich breaks a lot of strings, but he strung up a Les Paul of mine, and I thought it was awesome. And then I gave him the 67 Telly, and he put 11s on that. And I love that because it's such a rich tone. And then when I was playing with One Day to Live, we were in drop C tuning, so I stuck with the 11s, and I was strictly rhythm. And then when I started playing with Richie, I went back to 9 through 42 on a Telly, back to my roots, and then I started playing lead. So definitely the 9 through 42s, because I do a lot of G-string bends, like that chicken picking stuff, and I need a thin G-string. And then we in the last year dropped. Yeah, and we dropped to a E flat tuning about 6 months ago. So I went to a 9 through 46 for that, and I have no problem. 9 through 46, 9 through 42s, but 9 through 46 seems to be my happy place lately. 9 through 42s will be going on the Kramer because of the Floyd.
Yeah,
and but I can play a 9 through 42
E flat on the Kramer. 9 to 42 in E flat.
Yep.
That'd be nice.
No problem.
Yeah, no worries.
All right, I got Ben's. What was Bruce's? What's Bruce's gauge?
I'll tell you again. For my Les Paul, I'm locked in DR Blues, 10s, standard. Every other guitar, though, I'm 9, standard 9s, and I jump around. I've been trying various strings, still on the search. So, you know, my Strat, my Tilly, I've still been using just standard 9s.
Hey, Bruce, do you think you use 10s because of the Les Paul, the scale length is shorter?
Yeah.
I was thinking that it has to be something to do with it, but for some reason, I put 9s on there once to try it out, and it was, I don't know, it felt wrong.
It's very thin sounding. Yeah, it sounds very thin.
Sideways,
I don't mind it,
felt wrong.
but I have a very piercing tone, so it works for me. Also, R2, you'd get a kick of this. I play slide a bit in the band, and so I would use normally open G tuning, but because we tune down a half step, it's open F sharp. And I still do that with 9 through 46 and open F sharp tuning. So yeah, you got a 46 string flopping around in C sharp tuning.
Right.
This is for like metal shred. This has 8s on it.
Nice.
I never tried
8.
Yeah, this has 8s. When I got it, it came with 8s, brand new on them. It was like this thing. I got it for dirt cheap on eBay, like $200, and I bet it's RG560 and in grape, and it came with brand new 8s and a pack of 8s and a little note from the seller saying, "It's on this guitar. It's the ultimate shred machine. Here's your new pack of 8s for your next string change." And I've always kept 8s on it, and it's a beast with 8s. I gotta say, yeah.
Really?
Seymour Duncan Invader, monster pickup.
Nice.
Yeah.
And if you guys hear booming, apparently I'm guessing I'm hearing a crap load of fireworks going off in the
Yeah,
background.
it's weird that you mentioned that, Ben, because I'm hearing the same thing in the background over here. I'm like, I hear some booms going on.
Well, you probably got some Canucks in the neighborhood.
outside here.
I got some Canucks in my backyard.
Yeah, and Cheddar says he uses a 10 through 46 balanced tension. I've always wanted to try those.
Ready to rock.
Those I never
uses
tried.
11 to 52 in D standard on his Chapman. Interesting. Yeah,
that's finger work, man. It's that 11s. I'm telling you, I try 11s. I've got them on in the drop C, but in standard or even in flat, it's some finger work. That'll get you to do that's gymnasium exercise. Crazy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What? Showman uses 11 through 36?
Yeah, wow.
What? So that's like 36? A hybrid between. So that's the bottom 3 off a set of 11s and the top 3 off a set of 8s. Because I think 8s go through a 38.
That's a complete different spectrum there. What?
My mind's not absorbed it yet. My mind's freaking out on that one.
Yeah, that would be almost
I'm with you, JJ, because I'm thinking the same thing you are. 11s on the high end, and then.
No, it could be fingers. It could be sore fingers.
Dry Heat says everyone is celebrating my win with fireworks. Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Wow, Showman. Good to see you, Showman.
Squeals
and
on
Cheddar
that.
Says the balanced tensions are nice because the B and the E feel about the same when bending. Yeah, that's what I understand. I really want to try them because I'd be curious, like especially doing those low string bends, like finishing off a Mick Mars solo with a big G note bend or something like that. Bend it up to an A.
There you go.
Shout out to Dave Byron. What's going on, Dave Byron? I didn't say hello to you, man.
Dave brought up a good point. If you play a lot of acoustic, you'll get used to 11s and standard tuning. Oh, and he says he's just kidding. Okay, well, you got us going, Showman. You got us going.
Showman. I'm like, come on, man.
See, that's one of the reasons. Like, Showman has such a unique sense of humor that he had to be.
I think he's just testing us. He's testing us to see if we know what we're talking about, man.
Yeah, we all probably had looks on our faces like we're trying to do long division in our head, right?
No practice, please.
And Fender Guru says I couldn't get 9s to work on my strats. Well, you're probably trying to go for like a Stevie Ray Vaughan tone, I'm guessing, or something. 9s on a strat do work. I have actually 8s on my strat.
I have 9s on my strat. 9s on my strat. Yeah.
See, I'm kind of lucky about going down that rabbit hole of strings because living in a small town, we have a very limited selection. Like the hybrid 9 through 46s I use, I actually have to special order them in. They don't even stock them.
I love those strings.
Well,
what? 9 to 46?
Yeah, they don't
the
even
hybrid's
stock them.
killer string, man.
Yeah.
Ben got a good deal on strings at Sweetwater when.
Yeah, I will be going back to Ernie Ball strings very soon because I bought about 8 packs of strings at Gear Fest.
Can you say what the deal was?
Yeah, they had Ernie Balls on for $4.50 a pack.
Okay.
Wow.
So I was like, and Ernie Balls here. Ernie Balls range from $7 to $10 a pack Canadian. So
$4.50 Canadian.
no, it was $4.50 US at Sweetwater.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. If they're $4.50 Canadian, I would have bought them out probably.
Dude, strings. I mean, Amazon. I don't know where you guys get your strings. Not to plug Amazon, but there you get like the 10 packs and the 20 packs for.
Right.
You get it real low.
Very cheap.
Do you not get?
I see, I do my 3 packs for $20 down at Arden's Music usually.
Right. You just, dude, those taxes in it, I guess. Wow.
13% sales tax here.
Doesn't your local, like your Guitar Center, your one, whatever, you know, that, was it Summer and Quaid? Don't they do like their big green tag sales and like massive big blowout sales on strings every now and again?
They may, but even then, they like most stores sell strings at $10 a pack Canadian, which is about $7.50 a pack US.
Wow.
Long McQuaid does sell them for $7 a pack, but Sean always does because Sean used to run a deal for years, 3 packs for $20. So he just gives me that deal regardless. So,
do you have Guitar Centers by you, Ben? You have a Guitar Center?
No, Guitar Center is only in the US.
Yeah,
thank God.
Oh, okay, I was curious.
But we have Long McQuaid, which, dude, they have 60
like the
stores now in Canada.
Okay.
It's ridiculous. Like, they have more stores than all other mom and pops put together. It's sad because they just keep buying out mom and pops and then, you know, take over the territory and do their thing. And, oh, it's annoying. Like, it's pretty bad when I have to tell the sales rep, explain what a Wolfgang is. You know, Wolfgang, is that a guitar? Yes, darling, that's a guitar. Striped one. I guess that's a striped Wolfgang? No, it's not. That's a striped series. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, Dave. 13%.
So are you over your Bumblebee kind of like?
No, I still want one, but it's about a year away.
All right.
I found a hardtail that was around $750 or something like that.
Yeah, Bruce, he sent me the link yesterday. He's like, here's a hardtail Bumblebee
Wolfgang.
Great deal. And that thing is beautiful. But I was like, dude, I have 3 trips to pay for in the next year. So I don't know, unless I start moving some stuff around. Cough, cough, absolute mayhem. Yeah. We shall see.
$750, the Kramer's yours. No.
Yeah, the Kramer or the Phibson.
Yeah.
Which I still haven't got around installing that pickup that R2 gave me.
Have you got the FU tone pickups in yet, Ben, in anything?
No, no. Like I've been out. Dude, I haven't even shipped off your damn prize yet. I've been so busy. I literally got back from Gearfest and I'm working 13 days in a row. So it's just been nuts.
I thought it arrived the other day. I got this arrived and I thought, oh, the straps come. But
yeah,
it wasn't.
It's in a box. Yeah, I have to double check your address with you. I think I have it because I think I have the return label.
Just bring it with you to NAMM. As long as
all right, I can do that too.
Just do that, man.
You know, it is a running joke. Anyways, hell, like Bruce got his prizes when we met up at Gearfest.
Right,
so.
man. Yeah.
Let's see. Absolute Mayhem comments. Cough, cough. Kramer, cough, cough. You don't want the Phibson anymore? Maybe I'll have to get it out and show it to you. By the way, R2, if you don't know, you have your microphone muted, eh?
Who?
Yeah, we see you doing peace, but we can't hear you.
You're on timeout. You're on timeout,
Yeah.
R2.
No, R2 is. I'm not. Okay.
No, you're good, Bruce.
Well, that's 2 beers down.
You're on mute.
Yeah, we're gonna go for a little while. You guys want to go another half hour or so?
Time is it,
man?
I don't even know what time it is.
Right.
How's that? Am I back on?
minutes.
Testing?
We can hear you now. Bruce, I know it is getting kind of late for you, so if you do want to beg off, you can, sir.
I'm a big boy. I can do
I'm
it.
cracking another beer. All right, I'm cracking a third beer, folks.
Man, look at that! Look at that Wolfgang! Oh, just over Bruce's left shoulder, man. That thing just oozes.
That thing is awesome.
You like that thing?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So if I go like this,
Such a color, man.
Yeah.
you can
So
see
where's
that?
the case? You put the case in the closet already?
It slept in the case for 2 nights. Now the case is back with the other cases.
That's it.
Time out.
Nice
At
to
least
see you.
it's got a case, dude. Nice to see you for 2 days. No, you got to keep them out the cases. Once they're in cases, they ain't getting played, man.
Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
what,
That's
I learned.
I
when
found
I-
that.
that's true.
Keep them out the
Dry
case.
Heat says
Just
R2,
keep
you're
them in
shipping
vision. You'll pick
faster.
them up.
That is
Yeah,
something-
dry heat. You're gonna get that thing quick, man.
Yeah, you just got to email me your shipping address, Dry Heat.
I'm not shipping to Canada, eh?
Yeah, we'll ship it to Canada so I can ship it back to the U.S.
Fender it again.
Get the box. It's just going to be covered in postage stamps from around the world. Man, this thing went on tour. Why is it? Why did it go to Simon Williams in the UK? Like,
Yeah, rock on, Simon Williams.
Everyone's gonna play it. Everyone's gonna play it, dry heat.
Simon's
Yeah.
missing all the fun, man. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning in England right now.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's what. Hey, that's how I feel like what happened with Johnny Bean's show last night. I what the heck happened? I missed that thing. I must have been sleeping.
See, Cheddar says, going to sign off. Good to talk to all of you. Have a good one.
Have a good night,
Rock
Jared.
on, buddy.
Good night, Cheddar.
Peace, Cheddar.
Have a good one.
Yeah, we had a
Yeah.
jam last night. We had Joe and the drummer was over. We had a good old jam. It was killer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then we pushed it a little hard after that. And I woke up I'm like, dude, what's the time? It was crazy waking up this morning. Yeah, we went a little hard last night. But we had a good jam, so that was cool. Boom.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome. So that little project's coming together, JJ?
Yeah, we're trying to record. We got some songs we're trying to record. That's pretty much it. And then get the vote. We've got 4 songs we're trying to record, and hopefully next week have them ready for the vocalist to come in. We're doing it all in this room. This is
Nice.
Yeah, we got the mojo in the room. We make magic out of here. So, well, we hope so.
I can see, man.
Beautiful.
You got like
Yeah,
20
so-
guitars behind you over there, man.
Yeah, I can't
we-
wait to
we-
spend a week hanging out in that room. I'll tell you
Yeah,
that.
we're going to be jamming. We'll have all the boys over. We'll have a good old time, man. It's going to be killer.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then that drum kit you got there matches your green Wolfgang.
I know. I thought that earlier. It's like, oh my God. That's my margarita cup from last night. Yeah, that's my kids' drum set. We went till late last night, and then Bernie he just puts a blanket over the kit, and just it's still echoing through the freaking neighborhood. But yeah,
We used to do
That's
that.
my
We used to put T-shirts over the drum skins.
yeah.
Just lay T-shirts over top.
But dude, once we were jamming and doing it, I didn't even notice. I was still hearing everything in the drums. It's quite amazing what those blankets do, just to tame it a little.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's our drummer's like Animal from the Muppets. He really is. He's a freaking beast.
I can understand. My drummer, he's a big guy, and he's got some heavy hands and feet. And I saw him jam with a buddy of mine one night, and Rich and I were sitting there in the spar watching him, and he had no idea we were checking him out. I said, that could be our next drummer. And ironically enough, we hired a different drummer for our band, who lasted a few months, and then we ended up hiring our current drummer. And the whole time I kept thinking we got to get Shane in as our drummer. We got to get Shane. And then Rich and I briefly played in another band, and Shane was the drummer. And I'm like, I told you, dude, we got to play. And that band kind of folded. And Rich was the bass player in the band. And so we brought Shane over for our drummer. So all of a sudden, that whole band, basically the band leader left. He's still playing under the band's name, but we all just left, and we are all part of the Honey Badger outfit now. So the other guy didn't last. He couldn't get it.
Man, it's all about you know, you're in a band with drums, man. It's the drums. That's key.
Well,
you know?
and we got to have a very versatile drummer, because you could be doing just, you know, kind of a 2-brush shuffle on a snare drum, you know, for some traveling Wilbury stuff. But then we need a good driving beat for when you're doing Heroes or something like that. It's a wide range. So.
No, Shane's good, man. He rocks it for sure.
Yeah. I love his drumming. Loud though, man. We got to play so loud because of him. It's one thing I'm concerned about. We got this gig next week, and if it goes well, we'll go into residency there. So that'll be a gig every 6 to 8 weeks for a year, which would be awesome. But I'm afraid we're going to be too loud for the venue.
Get one of those drum shields, man. You see all those live concerts now. We saw a couple up at NAMM, and a lot of the NAMM shows we saw, they have those drum shields now. And do you mic up the kit?
No. We don't. The only thing that goes through the PA is the vocals. Nothing gets mic'd on stage.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's all about controlling the drums. The drums just kill everything, don't they? No matter what.
Exactly. Yeah, we got to turn up to the drums, right? So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
a good idea,
and then everyone's complaining because it's too loud. It's so funny with sound, because you really don't need volume to get good sound.
That's true. You know? That's true. I always go for the bare minimum in a room, just the bare minimum, because I'd like to be able to lean over to the person you're watching with and say, hey, you know, either A, you need another drink, or B, you know, hey, these guys are pretty good. You know, when you got to scream into each other's ear.
Yeah. And you got to remember, you know, the knob twiddlers in your band, you got to stop the knob twiddlers, because your ears are getting shot, but everyone else is hearing something completely different.
Yeah.
So you were just cranking it to try and get that volume in your ear, and it's killing everything. So once it's set, man. Let it go. What do you reckon,
R2? Bruce, apparently somebody wants to see your Wolfgang, so...
Yeah, I was reading the chat here.
Yeah, and then Shulman says, no reason for the drummer to be too loud. He's just heavy-handed. He's John Bonham style. That's the problem. Mersman says, I solved the load drunken drummer problem when I bought a Beat Buddy. Yeah, well, if Bruce, Andrew, we will definitely show it off. Oh, there it is.
Dave Byron's figured it out, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, like, and Dave's getting half the band's money.
There it is. If I get. No.
Woo! Look at that.
See if I get.
Am I presented?
You should be. Well,
I'm still not seeing them in the stores. They're saying that everything's available. All you see in the stores is the black one and the blue one at the moment.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see some of the Pylon Orange.
I haven't seen them yet.
I haven't seen them yet.
Say something, Bruce.
Why? Am I not presented?
Silent.
Am I not presented?
There you go. You're presented now.
I thought that was a button on your side.
For guys like me, that's like putting a drug. You know what I mean? You show that, it's like, man, you don't even want to look at another Wolfgang when you see that red. It's
yeah, because you're like, I don't have those. I don't have that.
There we go. Look at that neck. Is see what I've been.
Another neck at Gearfest that felt like that neck, JJ. And Bruce felt like every different companies. He's like, nope, this one doesn't feel like
no. Bruce got lucky. He got his magic guitar, man.
He did. He got one of the good ones.
And the cool thing about that, Bruce, is that any little, all those wood marks in there, all the grains in there are your little birthmarks in there. So you always remember those little marks in there.
I feel, yeah.
No neck is the same from a manufacturer, whether it's Indonesia, China, Korea, USA, Mexico. It's all hand finished in the end, and it's all down to that guy or that lady. Finish,
right. And whoever's finishing it off,
is slightly different. Yeah,
I still got the blade on there. I get yelled at because I never took it off.
Got to get the back plate off, dude. It's like wrong.
That's what I'm saying. I get yelled at for it. See?
Yeah,
not only
I
the
just
back
recently
plate
did
on
that
there-
on my standard, dude. My Wolfgang standard, I just peeled off the plastic. I still haven't
Yeah, I was
peeled
gonna
off the
say.
plastic off my Fender Strat pickguard yet, so
Do what I
Little
do. Take
finger
the
marks
back,
on
take
there. I
the
need
back
to work
plate
this
off,
thing down.
lose the screws.
What's that?
Yeah.
Take
Take the back plate off, lose the screws.
Yeah, because I always lose the screws.
That's
Put
what-
them in one place and then they're gone by magic.
See, I can see that. Bruce will take the back plate off, but he'll leave the plastic on the black back plate.
Yeah.
nice guitar, man. That is beautiful, Bruce.
It's the neck as well, man. I mean, that's what draws me.
Yeah.
It's
I'm telling you, ebony fretboards. I love ebony fretboards.
so yeah, it's insane.
Ah.
Yeah, that's better. That's some better view of the neck than I was getting before. I was trying to.
Hey, Bruce,
Yeah.
when are you gonna relic it, dude?
Do the day Byron and start flipping it.
Oh yeah. Is there even a mark on it at this point? Is there any oops at all, or are you good?
The closest we got is some little smeared fingerprints all over it from me. See it? All right.
So
That's about.
see,
Yeah, I don't
there's
even think
a
I can
saying
touch
about
that room.
Jackson. Jackson USA made Jacksons that if you don't have that little chip on the point on the headstock or in the corners, then it's not a real
You haven't
Jackson
really played it.
It's void.
because it's inevitable,
Same
man.
as,
it's inevitable.
Same as BC Rich too, right? With that double horn headstock. If you don't have a chunk out of one of them.
Yeah, it's not a real BC.
Yeah. And Showman asks, yep, that's a great red. Also nice, reminds me of a car finish. Is it sparkly? Yeah, it has some gold metal flake in it. Candy apple red with gold metal flake.
Listen to
which there
Apple
is no
Man,
better
can we hear?
combination.
It's a little late for that, buddy.
Yeah, not only that, but it doesn't come through on Hangouts at all.
It
Yeah,
won't
just
Hangouts
sound
is
like
no
it's
good.
underwater.
That's why nobody does any jams on the Hangouts because it sounds
I
like
mean, you can
underwater.
hear it. Maybe if I play it acoustically, you might hear it better. If I plugged it in, you probably wouldn't hear it as good. Well, you never know.
Yeah.
You hear it?
Is it a flat top, Bruce, or an arch top?
It's arch top.
It is an arch top.
Let me see if we can get a little bit of that little arch top action in there.
The made in Mexico ones are arch top. That made in Japan one that I'm thinking of getting that's a special is flat top.
Trying to.
Have you ever played a Japanese R2?
There we go.
No, I've not played a made in Japan one.
Yeah, I think I've only played Mexican. And
I played the
Indonesian
specials,
ones.
but made in Mexico ones.
On the
Same here.
Japanese are insane.
Yeah, Jay 7/8 keeps on raving about them, and
They have slightly rolled edges. They bear that extra little bit of finish work on the edges. Make it feel like it's been played a little. It's
nice,
gorgeous. Yeah, I think you'll like the hardtail.
Dave Byron says you'll rock.
I think I might get it, man.
Look it real fast if you flip and drop it, Bruce.
Yeah, Fender Guru. Andrew has a nice. I don't know if anybody's seen his little avatar.
Yeah.
Fender Guru Andrew has a beautiful made in Japan Wolfgang.
Yeah.
JJ, you've seen that thing. I don't know if you've seen that.
No, there's one identical to that in my neighborhood here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And I think
exactly
that's
the same as Fender Guru.
Those made in Japans are not flame
I have
top.
to ignore it.
They're quill top. They're the
It's a quill top, yeah.
yeah.
Good
job,
Guru's
Andrew.
is amazing.
But probably easy accessible over there in New Zealand to get the Japan ones as opposed to the made in
You would
Mexico
think,
ones.
but not really. I swear they ship them to the U.S. and then they ship them back. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Well, the Japanese ones are getting rare. I mean, they're not readily available. They're disappearing slowly but surely. People are grabbing them up.
They're
I'm gonna
going
scoop
into
this one up.
collections.
Yeah,
No.
I think I'm
You
gonna
got
do
to
it.
scoop the Japanese up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna regret it if I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just think,
Especially
R2, all you have
the
to do is just don't buy a guitar next spring, and there's your Gearfest budget.
I gotta make it the Gear Fest with you guys. Absolutely, man.
I think I said that to Bruce. I was like, if R2 didn't buy that Strat, he could have came to Gearfest.
Yeah. Yeah,
we
you're
might have to
probably
come
right.
and steal you. We have to. We'll throw a bag over your head and throw you in a van and just drive off. Your wife will be like, what happened?
Yeah. Like,
He'll wake up in the barn.
I'd like to say he's in good hands, but let's just say he's in hands.
Yeah.
And then you guys with those videos with Gregory Cockery, man. Oh,
yeah. Well, how cool was that? Yeah, like
that guy's the man.
Live and I just have Greg playing over my shoulder, and I don't say squat until one of you brings it up in the chat. And all of a sudden you're like, "Is that Greg Koch playing in the background?" I'm like, "Oh, I guess it is." And there's Bruce over my other shoulder filming Greg Koch.
Yeah.
That guy's amazing.
Yeah, and a super cool guy. You guys saw a tidbit, like I did that short video with him, but I actually got to talk to him for a minute or two, and he's a really, really cool cat. So, that was a very cool
Dave
thing.
Byron. I would love to jam with Dave Byron. Man, Dave Byron, absolutely, man.
Better put a lot of coffee in your system.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Man.
Tell you what,
every time
I get through like one song and I'll be like, dude, I got Dave, you are on fire, man.
I was just reading Dave Byron's chair.
I just like, what? Dave,
anyone booked a bar around here and they ever saw Dave Byron play, they would never hire us because they're like, look, Dave goes 3 hours nonstop. He doesn't take a break. We're like, yeah, I can't do that. I play 45. I need 15 to
Dave, I probably jammed like that when I was 20 years old, man. Yes, absolutely. I'd probably keep up with you.
Yeah.
Right now.
And every time, and I love Dave, and every time he goes live, and he's so insightful, but, as we say, he talks a mile a minute. And all I could think of is that episode of WKRP from Dell's Stereo and Sound, and every time Dell does the update, they're like, speed kills, Dell. Speed kills. Every time I'm like, geez,
speed
Dave.
kills.
Speed kills, Dave. Speed kills, Dave. Man, if I get
real quick,
half his energy.
His singer, man, I always forget his name, but man,
Mike.
always got some love.
Mike.
I love, love his voice, dude. He just belts it out. I mean,
and Mike's
incredible
pro.
singer.
I mentioned it. I think I mentioned it to Dave. There's 1 or 2 songs that they do, and on some nights Mike can do it, and other nights he has to pull back. And you can tell when he goes to reach for a note, if it's not there, he'll immediately pull it back to where he can pull it off without problem. And that's a sign of a true pro. He knows when to hit it and when not to hit it.
Yeah,
and,
he's cool.
And they
man.
play well off each other.
Yeah, he's. I'd like to hear his history, man. I think that guy's got a history of and some stories.
Yeah, Dave, you need to have Mike on. You guys need to sit down together and do a hangout sometime, or both in person. We need a little more backstory.
See what's up, man.
Yeah,
but he might be a little exhausted because after the show's over, man, he has to unpack all that gear, that microphone and everything.
Yes, Zach Thong, thank you. He says the little video I did with Robert Baker was cool. Robert Baker, for those who
that
don't know,
was cool too, man.
A great, like R2. That was shot. It was raining outside. You couldn't really tell, but he stood there for almost half an hour, Bruce, to talk to us.
The 3 of us
in the rain.
Yep.
Shooting the breeze for a good half hour. Super cool.
I had my beach bucket hat on from New Jersey from when I.
Yeah.
You know what I was hoping for, Ben? I was just hoping just maybe just a little glimpse of you saying hello to Yngwie Malmsteen. Just a little bit.
Well, I didn't post that on YouTube. So R2, I filmed Yngwie.
Wow.
And it's a 1.5-minute video. The first minute is the introduction to him. He starts playing.
Really?
It was the loudest stage I've ever heard, to the fact that the first thing, as soon as he starts playing, within 5 seconds, you see Bruce's girlfriend, Jen, walk through frame like, nope, I ain't dealing with this. And then right after that, Bruce is getting up going, nope, I'm dealing with this. And then after Bruce walks out, you see a lineup of people walking out of the venue, cringing at the stage volume because I counted 29 Marshall heads on stage. And I'll be damned if he didn't have every one of those slaved and all at full volume.
Yeah.
He was drowning out the PA system.
Too much presence.
Entire, and let alone a Stratocaster through that many. It was shrill.
Yeah.
His tone was piercing. Is an understatement.
Why didn't someone tell him?
Yeah.
I don't know how he heard after that.
I do.
Well, they joked about that. They said that during sound check, they were getting noise complaints, and they're in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and they were getting noise complaints from Detroit, Michigan. They were saying, and that's like 2 hours away. It was loud.
More is more.
We were staying about Bruce.
Sometimes,
we were about 5 miles from Sweetwater.
Envy's crazy, man. Oh,
I love that guy, man. Guy can play like a demon.
I would say, Bruce,
Yeah.
would you say we were about 5 miles from Sweetwater, give or take?
Oh, you mean
4 or 5
where
miles?
hotels were?
Yeah. We were about 4 or 5 miles from Sweetwater, and I bet you would have been able to hear that at the hotel.
Oh, easily.
Because especially it was low ceiling, a lot of cloud cover, and that sound would have carried for miles.
Yeah,
it was insane. And I was just like, I'm just staying long enough to say I've seen Ingwe play live, and I went, okay, I'm done. I'm so done.
wow.
I had earplugs in, and it was still too loud for me with earplugs in.
We were walking away, and it felt like it was following us. It didn't feel like it got lower as we walked away.
I had a feeling about that. I'm like, man, this guy's going to be jamming too loud.
Well, and that was the thing. Like,
he dimes everything.
Yeah, they announce him, and all you hear is the old, double tap of the hi-hat, the old for the backing track, and he goes straight into his sweep. So, I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm good.
He probably didn't even have a sound man. He just walked on stage and turned it on and like.
Pretty much. Yeah. Pretty much. It was insane. And poor Anita Strauss, she got up there. It just finished raining, and as soon as it stopped raining, it went up about 10 degrees, and she could not keep her guitar in tune for the life of it. Like, you could hear it. She actually stopped playing a song twice to retune.
That's a floating trim for you.
yeah, exactly.
That's the only bad thing.
Yeah, and I thought about that, and I thought, JJ, you probably dealt with that, especially like playing, like it's like, here, play this European festival at 1 p.m. with the sun directly facing you, and you're retuning after every song, right?
Dude, I've snapped a string on the first downbeat of the first song of the set in a festival before.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Floyd's ain't your friends in the ring.
No.
Yeah. Unless you have a trem locker, but the locker, but then it's pointless.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dig the when they just sit on the body.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's anytime I play an outdoor show, man, outdoor show, I would play a hardtail because indoor, sure, I play my Floyd Rose, but that's where we play outdoor events, I had to use the hardtail, and there was a lot of parts that I would use the bar and dives and stuff, and I had to improvise and do something else because I wanted to use the guitar that stayed in tune because I knew what was going to happen if I played my Floyd Rose.
Yeah, hardtails ain't budging, man. If you want to go to drop D, just whoa, there it is. A bit of distortion, it just hits that tone, doesn't it? And you're right there, and you're off again. Yeah, it's all about.
Yeah, I remember like and same as something unique to the northern climate, and I'm sure you probably experienced it too, R2, playing in Chicago. Like you're playing a gig, and it's the end of January. And they got the damn door to the bar right next to the stage. And as soon as someone opens that door to go outside, if you're on that side of the stage, your gear goes out of tune. You get that flash of ice cold air, and it just hits the guitar, and it's like, nope, you're not in tune anymore.
Yeah, that's what. Believe it or not, if it was a bolt-on neck, it would do that with my neck through. it would stay a little bit more in tune. It would stabilize a little. The neck through guitars kept everything stabilized. That's one thing I give my Jackson Rhodes the hoots to that, man. That thing, I have a hard time. The number 3 and my number 5. Those are my neck through guitars.
Hook me up with.
Okay, so let's see.
I've never owned a neck through.
Yeah, neck through guitars are, man, especially my 91 Rhodes. Maybe it's because it's older wood. It won't bend. I never had to use the truss rod on that adjustment on that thing, or my Marty Freeman. Usually, if it's a neck through, that truss bar adjustment wrench goes in the closet.
Nice.
My other ones, I have to do it, but the neck throughs, Grover Jackson had something going on right there. I have to agree with him, but a lot of people, once again, it's the whole tone thing. Does it affect the tone? Does it do it?
Hey, Tanaka.
Absolutely.
Is R2 within reach of the keyboard? Because if so, can you sit on your hands? Because my mom's in the chat, so don't block her.
I'm staying out, man. It's going to be Bruce attacking all the trolls this time. Not that you're a troll, Miss Coombs. I apologize.
Hey Ben, what did you think of that? The Les Paul Faded Studio that you played?
Oh, dude, especially for the price. What actually, it did play really good. You can ask Bruce. Bruce, I played it so long that Bruce looked through the entire Gibson area, walked off, came back, and I was still playing that guitar.
Me and Jen looked through it twice, and then came over to you, and you were like,
"Yeah."
I'm like, I might be buying this guitar, guys, but actually, JJ, I fell in love with another Les Paul there. There was a well-played 78 Cherry Burst Standard.
Oh,
the guy was asking.
Oh, yeah, for $1,500.
Yeah, at first it was 25, then it was down to 2, and then he had it for 1,500, and I thought, man, I'm walking out with that guitar. It took every ounce of energy not to buy that guitar.
Yeah, you're probably still thinking about that one.
Well played. Oh, I am. Yeah, that one's going to haunt me because it was a very relict, but still nice and playable. And
do you have pictures of that one? Do you have pictures?
No, I don't. Man. I wish I did.
What?
I know.
You didn't take pictures?
You know what? I took so few pictures at GearFest. Basically, everything I took is already posted in the Facebook group. I didn't take enough video. I didn't take enough photos. I partially blame Bruce. Bruce was allowing me to imbibe in certain things throughout the day. So
we were having a good time, man.
I was having a very, very good time.
But next year we'll be prepared. We'll know what we're getting into.
Yeah, there'll definitely be more video and stuff next year. And anybody watching or in the chat, if you're thinking going to GearFest or going to an event, I highly recommend GearFest. It's probably similar in stature and size to Summer NAMM, except you can actually buy stuff that's open to the public. And okay, somebody commented on something.
Yep, I think that R2.
What's that?
She's like, how deep you dig that hole when R2 said?
Oh, I know. Oh, somebody commented on a video. Which video is that? It must be. I'm just gonna check real here. It's such a random comment. Oh, maybe. Okay. It's somebody's commenting on a current video. That doesn't make sense. When the hell was this video done?
Yeah, Dave Byron. If you can make it, that would be killer. Can we say that? Can I?
Yeah, you can say that.
That would be really well. That would be swell. Yeah.
Awesome.
Don't need that running. Anywho's, there we are. Let's see here. How are we doing on time? We're doing all right. We got a few minutes to go here. So anything you gents would like to cover that we haven't covered yet?
Are you going to buy any FU Tone products, Ben?
Yes.
With Adam Reverb birthday
Adam has
just
become
passed.
a friend. I will definitely say, yes, happy birthday to Adam Reaver. He is in Florida at the moment, a surprise trip, I believe, from his lovely wife. Took him down to Florida following Summer NAMM. But I think I would deal with Adam on stuff, even if I didn't get this lovely little red guitar over here. You know, for the fact that he does do some stuff like some Strat parts and things like that. I'm going to get a detuner for the Kramer. I've already decided on that. I was pricing them out last night.
Oh, nice.
Once he slows down, because I'd rather deal with him directly, you know, which most people do. But he's a great guy. You know, we met up, what was that, about a month ago, Bruce? He came into the Facebook group, and then we had him on a few weeks after that, or, you know, a few days after that.
That was nice.
That was weird. That was whirlwind, because literally he applied to the Facebook group on a Thursday during the show, I remember.
Yeah.
Well,
and it was like literally like that Sunday we had him on. I think it was like, you know, only like 3 days later, all of a sudden, boom. And great guy. Absolute Mayhem, get to. He says, I want a detuner for my Ibanez. You will have some problems with a detuner on a floating Floyd. Am I correct in that, R2?
Yes, if it's floating, you are going to have problems because there's nothing.
Because the
minute you change
the one string,
you got it. Yeah, it's like breaking a string. You're going to get that off balance. But if you have that resting on the bridge, or if you have the what's it called, where it's the stopper in the back by the bridge for the brass block.
Trem stopper?
Now, if you put it, if we install a trem stopper in it and basically make it a one-way Floyd, then you're gold. So,
I actually like the idea of the trem stopper, like David Nesdahl. If that brass block is resting against that trem stopper, it's creating more resonance sustain through the whole body of the guitar because it's making more contact to the guitar.
More connection, yes.
That's something else I'm looking at. Even though that's a decked Floyd, like you say, exactly, because I remember Dave said he likes putting them in every guitar, period, you know, whether it's floating, decked, and I just thought, that makes sense. Yeah,
it creates more sustain, I get it. But if you're...
Mayhem, when I put in the order, I will have you fully in the loop.
Let me know too, man, because I'm thinking of getting some stainless steel screws for my standard for the Floyd. I want to get some. I want to upgrade a standard or stainless steel, even on the locking.
Put in a bulk order with Adam, and he'll say, "You crazy Canucks."
That'd be awesome, man. Let me know. If not, then I was going to do my own order online, but if we deal directly with Adam, that'd be cool. With or without discounts, man.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, you didn't see it, R2, because you're not on Facebook. But Adam got himself a Canucks with Guitar shirt, and there's a photo of him holding up said Canucks shirt.
Nice, yeah.
He got it about a week before Deerfest.
Awesome, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a great interview, man. I mean, as much as I wanted, the captain to be on.
Anything to see what that was.
That was a cool interview.
No, it'll be up pretty quick. Yeah.
Can you look?
Yeah, no, it'll be up.
What the heck is that?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Checking the set.
Somebody talking to JJ.
Yeah, no, Joe's here, my buddy. You want to say hi?
What's up, Joe?
Hey, Joe.
What's up, everyone?
Yeah,
Joe.
He did a gig this afternoon.
Oh, cool.
Right on, Joe.
Good to hear.
Awesome, man.
Good to see you all.
Demon player. He's the bass player in the band as well. And my best friend.
Awesome.
So I have a feeling then when I'm out for a visit, Joe will make an appearance up.
Well, he lives like 100 yards away, so he's.
Oh well, Joe, I warn you now. I may be drunkenly peeing in your yard at 3:30 in the morning.
He's peeing in your yard at 3:30 in the morning.
Awesome. You'd be welcome. On the flowers.
On the flower.
You're already out there doing the same thing.
JJ's gonna get a text message. I think you lost one of the Canucks, and he's over at my house.
Irrigation.
Man, I'm telling you, we're gonna have a good time. We got some cool friends, and this is a jam house, man. This is music every night, man. That's what we do.
Good. Yeah, I'm planning on taking lots of photos and lots of video because honestly, if I remember the trip, I didn't do it right.
And you gonna hang on a it? You said you might stay on after NAMM. You said you might make it a bit more of a trip.
Yeah, we'll see. It all depends on Rich, to be honest. Even if we send Rich back early and I stay an extra day or two on top of that.
Yeah, whatever you want, Ben. Yeah, whatever you want, man.
That's awesome, brother. And my mom says watering the plants. Yes, much like I do in the yard every morning.
Yeah, those D-tuners, they're very inconsistent. So I'd love to try one of Adam's.
Yeah.
I probably got like 5 different D-tuners on different guitars, and some work real nice, some really don't. And
really?
they look perfect.
Calibrate them too, right?
Oh, I got lucky with one that works perfect.
Well,
you don't have to adjust. You don't have to fine tune.
Yeah, this one works perfect over here at Absolute Mayhem. I saw that. He's asking about twisting. Look at that thing, man. That looks awesome here.
That does look nice.
This is my Wolfgang.
Mayhem.
This is the Wolfgang I got for $300. Sorry. Go ahead, Ben.
He said, Mayhem says, Ben, when you visit JJ, bring me back one of his picks. I can send some trade to JJ since Ben is driving down. I'm not driving, dude. I'm flying, so that ain't happening. I know what trade he's talking about, and
yeah, that's a hype.
Nice.
Okay, good night, Mom. Mom said,
good night, Miss Combs. So sorry.
So is that an import? Is that Indonesian R2?
This is an Indonesian. So this guitar right here would go normally for $600.
Yeah.
$599. I got this for $299. Guitar Center.
Nice.
Oh, so close.
And what I'm going to do is I already had a German Floyd Rose brass block in the back. I already put that in. I'm going to change the saddles to my Schaller black ones. If Ben gets the contact with FU tones, I'm going to replace these all with stainless steel. But here's the D-tuna here. And Absolute, all you have to do is press down. It pops out. Drop D, push it back in, back to E.
Boom.
There's no twisting. You just push down.
Is that a stock D-tuner?
No, I put this in.
Right, so I've never upgraded to them, but I would have thought my USA ones would have come with consistent D-tuners.
Yeah, they should come with it.
You can calibrate them. I learned that much hanging out with Adam. They can be calibrated.
Yeah, you can calibrate them. They got like a little small Allen key screw in there.
Yeah.
The way you're supposed to tune them up is put them to a drop, pull it out, drop D, tune everything, lock it up, and then when you put it back in, you adjust to pitch to E. You fine tune it, and so that way when you drop it off, it's drop tune.
And then
go back to
okay,
and for everybody, this is the EVH special, so it's not even a German Floyd. So I've even proved that even with the non-German Floyd Rose with the D-tuner, it stays in tune as long as you adjust it right. It takes a little tweaking, but it works. It completely works.
Yeah,
so now I'm sold. I'm sold with the D-tuner that if you adjust it right, even with, and all my guitars have Schaller or Floyd German Floyd Rose. Yeah, this man for $300 with gig case or the gig bag,
That's beautiful.
I mean, with the light, with
Yeah,
the
that looks
binding,
good.
So
and you can even see the basswood. I don't know if you can see it. You can even see the translucent basswood color,
wow.
the black in there,
Sick.
in the back.
Man.
It is almost everything is about it's translucent on it, and it just pops.
So I think I've told Bruce, and I don't know if I told you guys. I had this idea for a 3D tuna guitar. I don't know if I told you about that.
No.
I don't think so.
So I want to put it. I want to put a D tuna on both E strings and the A string, and that way, when you pull them all out, you're in open G tuning.
That's pretty sick, man.
There you go, man.
That's what I'm thinking. So I'm going to talk to Adam about that because it might take
Yeah.
some working
Adjustment.
because of the
Yes.
intonation issue because of the thickness
Yes.
of the strings. But
That's sick, dude.
that's my idea.
So could
Yeah,
it?
I
Yeah,
want to be
that's-
able to bing, bing,
Right.
bing, and I'm an open G tuning.
Mate, tell the world.
So there you go, folks. You heard it here.
Gee, that's nice.
Hey, apparently
That's-
my sister's
fans
back in
everywhere.
the
That's
chat.
really smart, man. That's killer idea, dude.
Rolling Stones fans everywhere, man. Just hooked up.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wicked.
Now,
Better-
my question is, now my sister just joined us in the chat again. Your husband's been watching. Where have you been? And there's Michael Smith, the captain himself.
Michael
Smith!
Smith!
And geez, and
Hello,
I was thinking,
Michael.
And I was thinking we should wrap it up, but then Michael Smith shows up.
Nah.
Is he going to jump in?
I don't know. You want to jump in, Michael Smith? Let's see. Jump in.
You want to dive
Okay.
in?
The captain
Is the ship at
docked
port?
the boat.
There's going to have to be a fanfare whenever Michael appears. We're going to play a fanfare tune. Michael, you rock. Can't wait to see you at NAMM this year, brother. Or next year.
Yeah. Yeah. Me too.
Me and Michael had a really good time, man. With John.
Yeah. And then what we got Jay and Steve
sorry.
are looking to come too. It's crazy. Yeah,
It's
I
crazy
told
town.
Michael that if Johnny goes live at all while we're all down there, when he ends, he has to zoom out somehow on his phone so we can all be in the shot and we all say "bah" at the same time.
JJ, that was awesome when you had Henning on, man. HP, yeah, or
What's
Henning
that?
Polly.
Oh, yes. Joe, you were there for that. Remember we met the German YouTuber? Henning?
Oh yeah.
Henning.
and
Henning Polly.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was great, man.
Henning, what an hour, dude. No, that was a good time, man. Dude, how much fun is NAMM? Ben's coming. You know, Richie, the Canucks guitars are crashing here
Oh, it's
in
brilliant.
the pit.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
JJ, you made
Yeah.
NAMM fun, man. Your
That was a
videos.
good time, brother.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
I couldn't wait until you posted another video on our metal stage when you were doing that, man. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was dope. That was a good time, man.
All right. Did we get a
Yeah,
response from my? See, I can't. I'm getting ready to treat my dog's kidney issues. He's not doing good. Well, sorry to hear that, Michael.
Yeah, I hope you get it straightened out, man.
Yeah, man.
Like a kid.
Back in one sec. No.
Sorry, Michael Smith.
So yeah, anything else we should cover before we wrap things up? Excuse me.
Well,
I know NAMM will be a blast. Which actually, yeah, I got to touch base to see if my buddy's getting me NAMM passes. If not, I got to talk to Adam about that as well because he offered me NAMM passes.
Yeah, you better. If I were you, I'd get him from Adam, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be kind of cool to have Nephew Tone, as you're repping Nephew Tone, you know, at NAMM or something like that. So
For sure.
yeah. Well, and it's a little better, honestly, to have a manufacturer pass than a music store, because if you have a music store pass, I'm going to get inundated with the sales pitches, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or in Bruce's case, Bruce shows interest in a guitar. Schecter guitar says put a hard sell on him. And Bruce walks away, hands me the guitar, and next thing I know, I'm in the midst of a deal to buy a Schecter guitar I had zero interest in buying.
Is that what happened? Because I remember Bruce saying something about Ben almost bought a Schecter guitar, and I'm like, Ben liked Schecters?
It was the owner of Schecter, man, and I didn't know what to do, but I didn't want it. I was like, Ben, this is more your style here, and I gave it to him.
Yeah, and here I am testing out this guitar at full stage volume. Sounds good, Michael. Yeah, definitely we'll catch up.
It was funny. It was hilarious, man. It was like, like a comedy routine.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that makes
what do you
sense
think?
now.
And then he leaves, and I'm like, all of a sudden, I'm getting a hard sell, and I'm like, and we came to a price. And the funny part is, R2, he said to the Sweetwater rep, like, hook this guy up. And literally, my price limit, it would have cost Sweetwater $30 to give me this guitar. Like, literally, they were going to give me the guitar at store cost. And I was just like, nope, can't do it, bro. My limit's this. And it was it was basically a Schecter Les Paul, more or less.
Oh, okay.
So it was nice.
I thought it was one of those. What those?
It was everything was mahogany. The body, everything.
What's the one that has that sustainer on it?
Right. You too, Michael. Have yourself a great night, and we'll talk soon. For those who don't know, Michael Smith and I usually have late night chats once or twice a week. It's like 11 p.m. All of a sudden, he gets in wherever he's done work for the night, and we start chatting away for an hour. So. Hey, there's Johnny. Johnny Beane.
Yo, Johnny made it.
Hey, Johnny.
Yo, Johnny. Johnny has to see these Wolfgangs.
Oh my goodness, you got to show him again if Johnny's there.
Back.
Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back.
All right. Johnny Beane, you got to wait. When JJ gets back, you got to see these Wolfgangs he picked up. There he is.
Actually, yeah, Johnny, if you want to jump in, I can send you the link.
Beauty. Johnny knows these Wolfgangs. He had one. I don't know if Johnny still has it.
Yeah, I don't know what he still has.
I think he sold his. Did Bozy get the Wolfgang, or did Bozy just get?
I can't remember now.
Bozy gave him parts at different times, not all together. Like, I think he gave him a body and then maybe a neck at some point. I can't remember. Johnny Beane will straighten us out. He'll get us straight.
No, Johnny will nail it.
He said he's going to jump in audio only, but it's good enough, Johnny. At least you don't.
There we go. I'm sending the link as we speak. And besides, it wouldn't be a late night without Johnny on audio only anyways, right?
You're right.
Johnny's the king. King Johnny, man.
I was digging that, JJ, what you were playing.
What's that?
I was digging that, what you were playing.
Oh, can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it fine.
Oh, yeah, that thing resonates. He says, okay, 1 sec. All right.
I mean, I know the way, what Hangouts does to sound, so in my head, I can hear it right,
Nice.
The captain has Johnny's PV, Dry Heat says.
Oh, the captain has it. Okay.
Well, yeah, he brought it off to Johnny Beane a while back, that one, but I'm not sure if that was his only one, though.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, what?
Dave, this might be an all-nighter. I got to work in the morning, so Won't be an all-nighter.
No.
Me too.
Yeah,
I can already tell you, though, Bruce will be having a nap after Jen has lunch tomorrow.
Possibly.
I gotta work tomorrow too, but
me and Bruce did a hangout after the last roundtable for like 2 hours, didn't we, Bruce?
Yeah, it was late, man.
Dude, it was killer.
It was
Yeah,
fun
I
though.
heard about that the next day. Bruce is like, "Oh, I was talking with JJ. We're working on my telly. It was awesome."
Yeah, we did. We fixed the telly, didn't we? The fret buzz.
Yeah, well, we worked on trying to got it minimized just with me messing with the.
you guys fixed the fret buzz? What was it?
No, we tried. We got it minimized.
Yeah, one of the saddles was way out.
Well, I thought it was, but you were right, JJ. I went back and checked, held down the first fret, and I think like I went and held the 16th, and I looked around the 8th or 9th, and there was no relief. So
okay, so a little bit of a trust.
I told him,
yeah,
that's what I told him. I said, just take a quarter turn out of it, and you'll be fine. And then I got a randomly. I took a quarter turn out of the neck. I'm like, there you go.
Did you guys say Johnny Beane's coming on?
Yeah.
Did we see?
Drinking that Nick Thompson tea.
Nice. I should go get mine. That's hilarious.
I won't say anything till Johnny jumps in. So
hold on, I got it.
I gotta send Johnny some English tea, man. Hey, Ben, do you get like PG tips and stuff like that in Canada? What's your
no, unfortunately.
Right. Okay. Because I know it's quite English in Canada. You have a.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're kind of the hybrid, right? Yeah, we're a little bit halfway British, halfway American in many ways.
Yeah, you say some similar words and some similar holidays as well.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's all about the
decals. Ben or Bruce?
Hey, look at me.
What is
Ben? Do you know what Marmite?
What is that?
You know what Marmite is?
Oh yeah, yeah, I know what marmalade is.
Is that a sticker?
No, Marmite.
I'm just enjoying my my Nick Thompson tea.
Oh man, I ran out.
Johnny Beane.
Hey guys, what's up, man?
Johnny Beane.
Hey Johnny, what's up, brother?
How's it going?
Looks familiar.
Yeah,
and I can say
no. That's a voice. That's a voice we all know.
I ordered my Johnny Beane T-shirt yesterday. In fact.
Oh, awesome!
I think my YouTube experience is complete. I'm live with Johnny Beane. Woohoo!
Woo! What is that, Bruce? Is that a T-shirt? Is that a T-shirt?
I fold it in. Yeah, this is how I fold my shirt. Perfect, like this.
Oh, it's the okay. Yeah, I have the blue one. I have like the baby powder blue Johnny Beane shirt.
Air Force did this to me, and I'll tell you what, you can fit a lot more shirts in a drawer when you fold them like this, tiny.
Yeah, you can fit your Johnny Beane shirt, your Canucks with guitar shirt. Available in the link down below.
Yes.
I got my shirt and my Johnny Beane mug there. There we go.
Nice.
Cool. That's cool. Is the quality good?
I love this mug. I don't know about you, Bruce. You got a mug too, right, man?
Right. Mine's a red one, and it's great. I love it.
Yeah, I got the black one here, and it's awesome for coffee. Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. I've never seen one, so I don't know what they're like. Although we did a bunch of research and made sure that the ones that we had the company we went through had the best rating for all that stuff.
Oh, it's quality. I remember Jay saying something about the EVH mugs that it gave you a warning about not to drink out of them because they're
the Van Halen ones. Yeah, they're just for decoration. They're not
the decoration, but these,
because they're all lead.
Solid, man. Solid.
Yeah, these just say wash them first. That's it, and then you're good.
Nice.
So
just wash your mouth out afterwards.
No coffee mug talk. Johnny Beane.
Wash it first, but after you talk, wash it again.
Quentin James,
Cool.
what's up, man? Oh,
Hey, we got Quentin in the house. So, JJ, I'm going to present you again so you show off that fabulous couple of guitars here.
Ooh,
These
yeah,
are some-
Johnny, you got to see this.
There we go.
Oh,
There you
man.
go, JJ.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Oh, my goodness.
A Peavey.
Yes. Look at that.
Yeah, so nice.
Yeah, present him for sure. Yeah.
Hardtail
Why was
Johnny.
your video skipping, JJ?
What's that?
Your video was skipping a little bit.
Okay.
It's okay.
It's better now, yeah.
Yeah. Well, at least when it's like that, it's almost like a still frame, so you can actually see the guitar.
All right.
Yeah. Do you have the
Yeah,
other
it's-
one handy, JJ?
Yeah, we grab that. The rare one.
That's
Yeah.
cool. The hardtail too. Those are great, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice PV, man. Nice PV hardtail. Well, here's the one. Yeah.
Oh wow.
She's a beaut.
Beautiful Floyd Rose.
Matches the drums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got the sick.
Look at that. It does match the drums.
drapes.
Perfect. Look at the flame on that neck.
Yes.
Wow.
And I will be borrowing that
Look at the
green
bird's
Wolfgang
eye.
for the new band, Big Halen.
So apparently only 93 of these, Johnny.
Cool. What?
Well,
what
you joined the club, man.
A Tone Zone. There was a whole story. I told it earlier. When it arrived, they'd swapped the pickup from the picture.
Mm-hmm.
So they gave me a credit, and I put a Tone Zone in it, which sounds sick.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Mully always sticks. Mully's favorite pickup, the Tone Zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it? What was it able? Did you have to modify it to put it in?
No, I had to think a little bit as you do with the pickup, but the color match was the same. I had to go online, look at the PV, the original color match and where everything went. He wired it wrong because
Right.
the picture, it came from Guitar Center, and the picture for the sales showed an original pickup, and then the guitar arrived with a Tremonti pickup from a PRS, which doesn't even fit. So they wedged it in there.
Yeah. How'd that happen?
Shit. And it was out of phase. So I plug it in. I'm like, what?
I was pounding it with a
out
rubber
of phase, and I'm like, your mind's first you don't jump to, oh, it's out of phase. You're like, this is the weirdest sounding pickup I've ever heard in my life, and it's like, what? So yeah, so they ended up giving me a $200 credit, and I put a Tone Zone in it, and yeah,
That's
I've got
awesome,
other
dude.
obviously got other Wolfgangs, and it's funny because people say like the original Music Man, that pickup, which I have the Axis, that is a Tone Zone, but they call it an Air Zone mod where they do something to the original Tone Zone pickup, and that was Eddie's pickup in the Music Man. That's what they say. So the Tone
Right.
Zone is close, man, but it was, I wasn't sure how it'd work in that guitar with an arch top. I've got them in an Ibanez, but man, it sounds killer. Definitely different. It's got a bit more.
You said it's fat sounding, right?
It's fat, more low mids. It's got more low mids in it, and it's almost like it's a bit of a cocktoir sound. That Steve Vai tone, bit of a cocktoir sound, but it sounds killer. Yeah, so it would have been nice to get the original pickup, but they screwed me on that. But oh well.
Yeah, that's not cool. I mean,
No,
if
it was a
you're-
shocker.
and it was
a
Guitar
shocker.
Center. It was Guitar Center.
Yes, yeah.
And you have to be real careful getting a used guitar. They're used, I'm assuming, right? You got to be careful getting used stuff from them because a lot of times, it like Nesdal got a guitar from Guitar Center, pulled it out of the box, and the back there was no back plate, and it was
the battery fell out.
Yeah, it had an active pickup in it, and the batteries fell right out of the back.
Yeah, I remember
and it was
that.
his green one. It was his green one.
Yeah, it was
it's
the
on
green
video.
one, exactly.
We were doing an unboxing, and we got it on video, and-
Johnny, since I have you on here, that's the only thing I'm hesitating and pulling the trigger. I found a made in Japan cream hardtail Wolfgang special, and it's from Guitar Center, and I'm hesitating a little bit.
Well, you can always return it like that, so it ain't no big deal.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm going to pull the trigger and get it and see what happens and try it out and make sure everything's all legit. But it's so. I mean, so far everything I've gotten from Guitar Center has been good. It's been legitimate.
Me too.
This is the only thing where I'm hesitating just because of the price. Where I go there, what's wrong with it? I don't want to say the price, but I want to get it, and I just want to see what happens. There's no active pickups. There's no sustainer on there where the battery's going to fall out or anything like that. But I didn't see, and I didn't know this about JJ's situation. He showed me pictures of this prior to this hangout, and I had no idea about the pickup. And it was a Guitar Center buy, so I don't know. That's the I'm hesitating. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
And I got the pros here. I got the pros in the hangout now.
But JJ, you got that in store, right?
No, it was. It came from some middle of nowhere in America. It was like, I think it was Bridgeport, wherever that is. I can't remember.
But the purple one you got from Guitar Center, right?
That was local, but again, that purple one's like it came out of a box, brand new. Obviously, some guy just had them in the closet. He bought in 2 guitars. That one with it, which you said, Johnny, had the HP body, but that was it, man. I walked in there one day to pick up my Helix rucksack, and they were up there on the shelf. I'm like, damn. And they'd been there one day, so I scored that one straight away. No, that was $700, man.
That's sweet deal, man. That purple. My wife saw that guitar, and she was like, oh, you have to buy that guitar. I'm like, it's sold.
It was such a stupid price, and I know the guy, the sales guys there. I know them all. He's like, oh, I've laid it down cheap. I'm like, dude, I could get double for that walking out the door. He's like, I know. He knew he'd screwed up almost, you know. Hey, I put down that deposit. Done. That was
right away.
Money.
I remember you made a video about that. You sent it out, man.
Yeah. I never actually did the whole video though, because
I still have that, man.
The video is funny. I've still got it on my camera because the video is going to be.
You were shaking, bro.
Dude, I walked in to pick up my Helix rucksack, so it was the whole. I'm sitting in my truck outside. I'm like, okay, I'm going to film it. So it's like, okay, I'm outside Guitar Center, and it was. What was the joke of it? It was.
It was Guitar Center.
Remember. No, it was something to do with yeah. Like, no kidding, Johnny. But dude, I walked in filming, and it was all going to be about that, and then I saw them hanging on the wall, and I don't know. The light kicked in, man, because you don't see those guitars in Guitar Center.
No, you don't. I look for those all the time. Because of you, JJ, I walk into Guitar Center pretty much every week just to see if something happens. Because
you have to. Mondays, man, that's the day, because you get the Weekend Warriors selling all their stuff.
That's where I bought my Jackson USA made Marty Freeman, man. It was one of those days that I just walked in and there it was, a USA made for an unbeatable deal, and I'm glad I have it, man. You just never know a gem will walk in and they will be there. Yeah. Somebody will need some money and sell something that they don't want to, kind of like I did with my J Custom Ibanez, and it'll be up there somewhere.
Yeah, I've got 3 Guitar Centers all within 45 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You're like me, man. You're in Chicago here.
They're everywhere, dude.
Yeah.
So you just
same here in Chicago. I have about 3 or 4 of them in my area. Yeah.
Yeah, out here within a couple hours, we've got a bunch of them too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have a feeling that in with Johnny and you, JJ, in California, I think you guys are accessible to a lot more
it's crazy.
Unique finding guitars than out here in the Midwest.
Well, Craigslist. I mean, the Craigslist is guitars every day. Is something news up. You put in EVH, for example, and every single 2 or 3 days there's going to be a new EVH guitar added. You know, there's 10 to choose from every time you go on Craigslist in Orange County.
Yeah,
that's why I love the used market. You know.
Yeah. You gotta be careful though. You know, dealing with people you don't know, and you know, that's the one thing about Craigslist.
I go with the gut instinct, man. The gut
let me ask you guys something. Let me ask you guys something, since I have you guys on here, and it's not EVH talk, but as far as I noticed with Made in Japan EVH specials, it says Made in Japan in a sticker form. And when I see the ones made in China, they're stamped into the guitar. So wouldn't it be easier for someone to kind of spoof or make a guitar that says made in Japan that's not really made in Japan?
I've never seen one, and if you want to go through that effort, you know what I mean? It's like, dude, I've never seen one.
Yeah, okay.
Never.
I'm just wondering.
No.
That's another thing I was thinking
You want
about.
to see that made in Japan sticker. That's what you want to see.
That's what this one what this one has. And
and they've got the nice tuners as well, the Japanese ones.
They have the pearl tuners, the pearl head tuners.
I think they're Grover Pearloids.
Yeah, pearloids.
They're not EVH. Are they EVH Pearloids or Grover Pearloids? I can't remember.
For the Japan ones?
Yeah.
I think this one has EVH Pearloids.
Pearloids. Okay, yeah. I personally think the Japanese ones are man, those guys, they build a guitar, I got to tell you. Yeah. And again, they're getting rare.
I'm done. I'm going to get one. I'm going to get it.
You're making me want one.
Sold.
Well, they are insane. Johnny, have you still got a Japanese neck on one of your guitars?
He's got the China one, right? You got a Chinese one and a Japanese one.
I've got the Japanese neck and body.
And the Chinese body.
It was it's a Bozique gave it to me. He gave me the body.
Is that the natural one?
No,
the black one, black satin.
I remember
the gloss one.
Yes,
the gloss black one. Bozique gave me a loaded body, and then Rob gave me a neck. He gave me a Mexico neck, and the Mexico neck doesn't fit on the Japanese bodies.
But you trade with Bozique, right?
Yeah, we ended up trading. He ended up sending me the original neck to the body that he had sent me, and I sent him the
Rob Johnson one,
the Ron Johnson one. Yeah. Okay. So I basically just slapped a guitar together that was already a guitar, so it's fine.
Yeah.
You know, although it's got some weird grommets on it because I can never get original grommets anywhere. You know.
Right.
That's crazy. That's amazing how you can't not get one of those grommets on there. You can get the screws, but not the grommets.
Yeah, they're hard. They're hard to come by. You know, I mean, I've had people send me ones that work. You know, I've had people send me like 3 different sets of different ones, and they work. I mean, they're not the original ones, but they're
not the original ones. Yeah.
So that's the Japanese one, and then I've got a Japanese body that a friend of mine gave me. The natural.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You know, or who called somebody called it the naked one.
The naked one. The naked chalupa?
That natural one.
Yeah.
Wow,
because it has no finish on it.
Yeah. You only had one pickup in it for a while, I remember.
It's a raw wood.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Naked chalupa Wolfgang.
Yeah. Yeah, and I had the one pickup in it, and it drove Nesdal crazy.
You should take it out again. Take it out again, Johnny, because that was awesome.
All right. Well, Eric, Johnny, you had David Allen Wright on last night.
Yeah. Rock on, David Allen Wright, man. What a knowledge. Wow.
Yeah, that guy. Well, I think he can make some grommets. That's all I have to say. If he can manufacture and tool and dye all these other things, man, he can make some grommets. When he's routing out the holes for your bridge, tell him to make some grommets, man.
Grommets. He's got all the neck.
Come on, he's got grommets. He's got to give you some, Johnny, with that body.
He has to have grommets because he's got boxes of those guitars. And, go back a few years on my channel, and you'll see videos with him showing off his entire guitar collection.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's insane. Did you guys ever see those videos?
Oh,
Yes, I
He's
saw those
pulling out
videos.
Framers and Ibanez's. And
Yeah, incredible.
He has bodies
stuff.
and necks, and he's got. Even Jay asked him, "Do you have any made in Japan Wolfgangs?" And he said he had like 6 or 7 of them. So
yeah.
he,
Dude, that guy was messing with
He
Variax in the 80s. He's full
yes.
he was like 2 weeks after Eddie messing with Variax. As soon as he heard that, he's like, "Oh, that makes sense."
Yeah.
Guy's an animal.
He has grommets for you, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to talk to him because
Well, you have to tell him to
What
throw on
colour
some
do you want?
grommets.
What color?
Yeah, I'm excited because it sounds like if I send him my my body, the stealth
The stealth, yeah.
the stealth one, he can drill out what I need drilled out and
Oh, he'll do it right to the precise millimeter, man.
yeah.
He's like that. I can tell. He'll make it right.
Yeah. So it sounds like I can get him to just build my guitar for me.
Yeah. Tell him to throw in some extra grommets, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
I
hey.
didn't send
A
the
bag full
grommets
of them.
along with it.
Has anyone decided what color they want Craig Stoffco to paint their guitar yet?
Yeah, right.
I did come up with a color idea today, so
Ben has some ideas, but right now
No
Ben has them
kidding, dude.
patented. Ben has a patent on it right now.
Yeah,
like his double D tuner.
yeah.
Well,
Triple.
D.
Yeah, if you didn't
Double
catch that
D
one, Tony,
tuner, man.
I want to
That's
put
it, man.
D tuners on the both E strings and A strings, so I can just switch to open G tuning on the fly.
Oh, cool.
Oh wow, man! You
So I'm
got
going to talk
something
to Adam
that's
about
unique.
that. So.
With 11 to 36 gauge strings.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you. Wow.
All right, gang. Well, I'm going to call it for here. If you guys want to hang on the line, I want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. It's been awesome.
I
I
just
want
got
to thank
it.
everyone that's been on the roundtable tonight.
I know, poor Johnny B.
I can go 3 more hours.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, I bet.
Hey, isn't it part 2
Well,
with
I'm on
David
the
Allen
East
White
Coast
tonight,
and I
Johnny?
gotta sleep. I gotta work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Dave Byron says I got a patent strap locks for you. I got an idea on that, Dave. We can talk about that. So,
All right. Well,
have
a good night.
Bruce, parting words.
Me?
Yeah.
Johnny B.
Is that Bruce?
Look, Johnny
Isn't that Bruce?
Look. Yeah, right. One of these hands. Look where the Telecasters. You see the natural Telecaster on the wall behind me?
Yes, sir.
Right? I'm asking Johnny to see if Johnny Beane sees because it's something he'll know when he sees it.
Yeah, I see him.
All right. Behind the neck, you see there's like a little framed picture on there, and it has if you look, it's got pics in it.
I see the Mayfire logo on that pic.
There you go.
Yeah, I see that.
Nice.
Johnny Beane sent me that paper. I put it in a frame and threw it up there. Thanks again,
Very
man.
cool.
That was pretty cool of you to send me that.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome, man.
You know, you could have been like, no, get your own damn pics. You know.
They were used pics, right? There's used pics.
I don't know. They were taped to the paper, and that's how I left them and put them in the frame.
Yeah.
So.
No, those are new. Those are new because I can see. Yeah, it's one. It looks like one of mine with my signature, and then a Mayfire one. Those Mayfire ones are new old stock. You know that band. We haven't. That band's been. We haven't played in 10 years. So.
I mean, they're clean. If they were used, they're real clean. So they're not.
So those pics are from like 10 years ago.
Oh wow.
So they haven't been used.
Now we need some new Johnny Beane picks, Bruce.
Yeah.
There we go.
Johnny B memorabilia.
Yeah.
Anything to add to the conversation, JJ? Any parting words?
Yeah, man. Thanks for the show. Awesome night as always. Long live Vinnie Paul, man. It's his ceremony today. And obviously Dimebag, Chris Cornell, Chester Bennington, Lane Staley, everyone we've lost, man.
Yeah.
That was sad news. So I mean, that's it. That's been on my
Absolutely.
mind. And
Absolutely.
long live guitar and rock and roll, man. That's it.
There we go. Johnny, you got any parting words?
Party words?
Sure.
Party word. He starts profanity. No.
Can I say a few bad words?
It depends. Can I come back on your show sometime? Feedback.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. No, I've been gone all day. I went for a 10-mile hike today, so
Wow.
I can barely walk. You know.
Wow.
But yeah, I just got home, so I'm hanging out. If anybody, if you want to jump into the Discord, hang out. You know. So
I don't have a soundboard, so I can't do the bing. I have to,
There it
There
is. Rock stars.
there we go. R2, any parting words or party words? Either one. Now we go silent. R2?
For me. Oh, I didn't know you were
Yes.
telling me.
Well, you know, I
well-
generally refer to you as R2.
This goes out to the winner, Dry Heat. Congratulations on winning my dime bag wah guitar, wah pedal. What do we call it? Oh yeah, and I have a list here. I always have with me to thank everybody. Number one, I'd like to thank
Win an Emmy.
the Johnny Beane. Johnny Beane, David Nesdahl, Jay Hannon, Caleb, the Rummeister, Joe Wentz, Adam EBH,
No
Jim
doubt,
Guidry,
no doubt.
Dave Byron, Fender Guru, also known as Andrew, my brothers Ben, Bruce, and JJ,
Right
David
on.
Stratocaster, Ennis, and Bozique, and everybody else who's joined us with us here in the chat. God bless, and thank you for coming.
Awesome.
Yeah, and real quick, Simon Williams.
Yeah,
what's for
absolutely. Simon,
What's-
everybody.
What's for
Man.
breakfast, buddy? What's for breakfast, my man?
Simon Williams.
Yeah.
You rock.
Simon Williams, Judd Lofthouse, Casper, Boba
Absolutely.
Bessel,
Everybody.
crowd
All the
there.
above, man.
Quentin James. Showman
Quentin
Blues.
James, man. Quentin James gets one of these.
Blues. Who is still on the
Killer
mend.
night, man.
He'll be joining us again soon in the chats. He started posting a little bit on social media. He's on the mend, folks. He'll be back soon. So looking forward to that. Thoughts and prayers
You
with
too,
him.
Dave.
And yeah, you too, Dave. Hey, all have a great night and week. You too, for sure. Yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. And if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. Make sure that bell looks like it's ringing. If you want to get some cool Canucks with Guitars merch, link down below. And thanks again to everyone on the Roundtable. This has been awesome, you know. So we'll do it again the first Sunday in August. Johnny Beane, thanks for jumping
man.
in, of course.
Look,
And
look
Thank
forward
you.
to it every first Sunday of the month.
Yeah.
Johnny Bean King.
thank you.
Yeah, Johnny will be on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. So we'll be checking
Yeah.
that out. I'm sure some form of summer NAMM wrap up, if I could talk. And yeah, that should be fun stuff.
Only the best stuff goes in here, man.
That's right. Pure Canadian whiskey. Yes, and
Oh,
happy
speaking of
Canada
which, I'll
Day.
be-
Thank you,
I'll
man.
be drinking hazelnut coffee out of my Johnny Bean tomorrow morning.
There we go. So
I
on
will.
that note, guys, leave a thumbs up on the way out. It doesn't cost you a dime. And tune in next time for some more of this crazy shenanigans.
Woo!
Cheers, folks.